Yo, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing some more of the Umineko Banquet of the Golden Witch playthrough, and yeah, I've actually got some really quite cool stuff today. I mean, my god, if you don't think yesterday was fucking awesome, then I don't know what you're thinking. Like, genuinely. It was so weird seeing the Battle of the Witches, and yeah, it's actually going to be really quite nice just to see, firstly, how that's going to end, and also what Beatrice's teacher is actually going to do to battle her, because obviously I had to kind of cut this conversation short last night, because, yeah, it was getting too late. And it was worth it, because I actually did well, and I did really well in my exam today, so, yeah, I'm happy I did that. So, yeah. Let's just say I've learnt my lesson. Don't play this game until a ridiculously late time. Because the thing that's really annoying is, like, I have to obviously go to bed at some sort of time, and I always have the pressure of finishing the VN so that I can go to sleep. Like, I don't want that pressure. I just want to be able to enjoy the story. So, yeah, I'm probably not going to play for that much time. I've obviously, as you can see by the lighting, it's a lot earlier than, you know, yesterday. So hopefully it's going to be all right today. I'm really quite excited just to see everything that actually happens, and also, oh my god, none of this closed room mystery. That is going to be so cool to see. The fuck? Why do I have marker on my... Okay, that is weird. I have marker on my... I don't know. I have marker on my cheek. That is weird. Yeah, if you're pushing it... Anyway, now we're actually looking at magic-related things. Oh, yeah. If you said that this wasn't magic, then you'd say I've been... cursed or something ridiculous like that. If you push an electrical switch, a light turns on. Children do not know the scientific principles behind why a light bulb lights up. Oh yeah, they only know the result when they push the switch. Fair enough. If they obtain such a result without knowing the principles, doesn't that make it magic to them? That's actually really quite interesting. I mean, I'm just thinking about things that are complete flukes and scientific discoveries that, I don't know, I wonder if, like, even in scientific discoveries, if there's something that is so unknown to even scientists, they'd probably just abandon all reason and go to something like that. But I don't know, they then try to find reason behind that anomaly that has just happened, so... yeah, it's complete bullshit what I just said. That's pretty interesting. Well, logically, that's true. For example, I don't have a clue why the brown tribes in a TV show a picture. Oh, the brown dupes. I thought that said tribes. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Still, I think it's totally normal to see why things, see things shown on the TV. Yeah, fair. Yeah, so you don't really need to understand the principles of how something works to actually use it. It really depends on the application you're actually having for something though, because a lot of things, you are going to need to know how they work if you actually want to be able to successfully use them. Like, for example, I suppose a phone. If you want to, well, I don't know, you don't need to know how a phone works to successfully use it. That's just, like, you don't need to know the inner workings, but you still need to know how the devices interface and just everything in general that you would need to be doing on your phone works, and how you actually bring about those functions. Yeah, fair. Oh yeah, I see that actually. It's exactly the same as having a rain ceremony without understanding updrafts. I love that. In other words, if I don't know the principles, even TV is the same as magic. I would never agree with this because of the fact that, I mean, obviously this is just applied thinking. This is not where you would actually think. But at the same time, I wouldn't agree with this because of the fact that it's obvious that there has been a human mechanism behind it. Or even magic itself, I guess. Yeah, I suppose so. Did she actually know about them? Do you know the structure of brown tubes? Oh my god, I haven't actually. Let me guess, she has. To be honest, I'm actually quite impressed that she knows about them. Have you ever taken one apart and looked inside? No.
本か何かで構造を読んだ気もするが、難しくてさっぱりだったな。
I think I read about it in a book or something once, but it was complicated and I didn't have a clue.
電子が蛍光物質にぶつかるとき、発光してどうだろうこうだな。
Oh, that's interesting. I think that when electrons hit a fluorescent material, it creates luminescence or something like that.
それは偽書です。
What? That book lied?
真実はブラウン管の中にグレムリンという妖精が閉じ込められていて。
Oh. Maybe not then. Actually, there were small people called gremlins shut up inside brown tubes. Nah, really?
魔法で仕事をしてくれているからなのですよ。
Yeah, that's just a totally ridiculous explanation.
はぁ？
Huh?
バカなこと言うなよ。
Yeah,
そん
yeah,
なわけね
definitely,
え
yeah.
だろ。
Yeah, don't be stupid, there's no way that's true.
ブラウン管の中を覗いたこともないのに、どうして否定を？
And that's actually really quite interesting. Well, I mean, I suppose you could say if you cast all of your logic, like let's say you have no clue about the human world and this is the first time you're being asked about something, you have no clue and you don't have the common sense to think, you know, humans have made this, so how have they made it if it's magic related? And yeah, I suppose you could actually use that if you're only thinking about whether it is magical or not without thinking about anything else. Yeah. It's a devil's proof, I suppose, but at the same time, yeah, he can say for sure. It's ridiculous. I've never looked at this up, but I can say for sure that small people like that definitely don't exist.
ここにブラウン管がない以上、実証は不能ですよ。
I mean, I do kind of see what she's trying to say, but no. Just no. Since there are no brown tubes here, that is impossible to improve.
確かに今この瞬間は実証不能だが。
They can actually prove it, to be fair. Yeah, it's impossible to prove right now.
後でどこかのテレビをばらしてみせればすぐに論破できるさ。
Fair, yeah, but no, but at the same time, what if the gremlins are like electrons and microscopic? But later I can take apart a TV and show you and instantly win the argument.
ということは、
So, put another way.
ブラウン管の中にグレムリンが閉じ込められていて、その魔法で映像を映し出しているという私の魔法説は。
So, put another way, my magical theory that gremlins are shut up inside the brown tubes and display the picture with
ブラウン
magic.
管の中身を検証するまで否定不能ということになりますね。
Yeah, it is, I suppose. It's impossible to disprove until we can verify the contents of a brown tube, correct? I mean, I suppose so.
なんだよあれか。
What the hell, is this one of those?
悪魔の証明だって。
Yeah, I know. Are you trying to say it's the devil's proof?
お前たち魔女のお箱だぜ。
No, I see that. That's a favourite trick of you, which is...
悪魔の証明は消極的事実の証明が不可能であることを逆手に取った詭弁です。
Oh, right. A devil's proof is a bit of sophistry, one that takes advantage of the fact that negative facts are impossible to prove. Oh, yeah, I can see that,
し
yeah.
かし、今のブラウン管の話は違う。
Yeah, however, it's different from my brown tubes
テレ
metaphor.
ビをたった1台分解すれば済むだけの話ですよ。
It could, to be fair, it is actually possible to prove.
そうだな。
You're right.
確かに悪魔の証明とは異なるな。
I disagree. I think it is until you solve it. No, but no, actually, no. It can't be because of the fact that, you know, the devil's proof takes advantage of the fact that it is unsolvable and
あなたの提唱
it's
する
impossible
科
to be
学的
proven.
説明と私の提唱する魔法的説明
You proposed a scientific theory and I have proposed a magical
そ
one.
のどちらかが真実です
Yeah, one of those is the truth.
そしてそれはブラウン管の中を覗いた時に確定する
Yeah, and which one it is can be ascertained the moment
し
you
か
look
し
inside a brown
そ
tube.
れを確かめる瞬間の直前まで私たちは互いの説を否定できないのです
Really? However, until the instant that happened... Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Yeah, we cannot deny each other's theories.
つまり真実は一つであるにもかかわらず
So even though only
ブ
one
ラウ
truth
ン管の
exists,
中を覗く直前までは相反する真実が同時に2つ存在することができる
so even though one truth exists, until you look into the brown tube, you can have two conflicting truths existing at the same time. That is actually fair enough.
一つしか存在してはいけない真実が2つ同時に存在できる異空間
I mean, I suppose so. You have a realm in which two truths can exist simultaneously, even though there must be only one truth in existence. Now, I actually see what she's saying because of the fact that, let's just say, I don't know, let's just say, like, for example, when people were going to discover the bodies of, I don't know, for example, Shannon, like, when they were actually going into the room, there could be the proof that, I don't know, there could be two truths that they could potentially have in their mind. Like, maybe she's going to be dead, maybe there's going to be nobody there, or maybe nothing's going to have happened, maybe there's going to be a letter. There's so many possible truths that could actually be the case, but only one is reality, really. I suppose this could be linked to, you know, the whole magic-related thing and all of the stuff that Batello is actually trying to disprove. I do wonder. I really like this theme, by the way. I think it's brilliant. Two truths can exist simultaneously because you simply do not know. Oh, is the cat in the box alive or dead? Yeah, it could be sleeping. If you open the box, you will learn the answer. Not necessarily. What if it's sleeping? In a deep sleep, by the way, you will learn the truth. However, until you open the box, you can claim that the cat is alive, and you can also claim that it is dead. Fair, yeah, both claims are the correct truth according to the people making them. Oh, yeah, fair. And even though the two sides are in conflict, neither can win the argument. Yeah, as long as the box remains unopened. In other words, two truths can exist at the same time. Oh, I see how this could really, really break Batello's understanding. No, sorry, you know, of everything that's actually happened regarding witches. Even though there can only be one cat in the box, yeah, it is packed with a living cat and a... packed with a living cat and a dead cat, forming a strange separate world. I see that, actually, yeah, it's just the world that is representative of their beliefs, really. That is what Genjima is now. Oh my god, I see that, yeah, that's fair enough, actually. This island is now a different world where scientific theory and a magical one could exist at the same time. I see that, obviously, because they can exist at the same time. Could Batello, in theory, use this to his advantage, I wonder? That's actually really quite interesting. There can only be one cat in the box whatsoever, but at the same time, because of the fact that people believe that there could potentially be a dead cat or a living cat, the possibility of it being... there's possibility of it being each one, both. There's two possibilities, and yet only one of them is really going to be the truth. I mean... and it's actually really quite interesting that the possibilities are sort of representative of what's actually there in this analogy. Yeah, fair. To a resident of the world of science such as yourself, at a glance it may feel as though this island has been sucked into a world of magic. Yeah, definitely, because of the fact that you can't possibly prove any of it by science, and it's just so unknown. Oh my god, where are we? Oh, that is such a weird little change. Very random. That might not be wrong, but it is not accurate. Yeah, strictly speaking, it has been moved from the world of science to the gap between that and the world of magic. Yeah, that's fair, actually. Yeah, so it isn't fully magic because obviously to actually have any of these magical related principles happening, there are scientific connotations, and you could learn so much scientifically about what's actually happened. But at the same time, it has got a few magical connotations because of the fact that it's basically impossible for any of it to happen. So at a glance, it appears to you as though the world's tilted towards the magical side. Yeah, but in reality, this island is now in a perfectly impartial position with relation to those two opposing. That is interesting, I mean, yeah. I don't really get it. The gap between reality and magic. A perfectly impartial world. How's that? Yeah, hasn't pretty much everything that's happened been totally not in my favour? Yeah, that is fair enough. maybe it could actually be theorizing that everything that's actually happened in the scientific world has not been in his favor. Could that be symbolic of the fact that maybe when it tilts towards the magical side more, he's going to have more of a chance? Who knows? I don't know.
ならばこう考えるといいでしょう。
So perhaps you could think of it this
これ
way.
は裁判です。
This is a trial.
あなたとベアトリーチェが相反する主張を繰り広げている法廷だと考
That's actually
え
really
る
quite
んです。
interesting. This is a trial. Think of it as a court where you and Beatrice are laying out opposing
ブラウ
claims.
ン管裁判でもいいでしょう。
I like that. Call it a brown tube trial.
あの子はブラウン管の中には妖精が入っていると主張している。
Your opponent claims that there are tiny people inside the brown
そして
tubes.
中に入っている妖精がどのような生態でどのような姿なのか、
Explaining one thing after another.
どのような魔力を持っているのかを次々に説明する。
That's actually really quite interesting. Talking about the lives of these people, these tiny people, what they look like, what type of magical power they have.
そしてあなたは
And what do? You disprove it with the logic that you have been brought up to actually feel.
まあ図書館で勉強して
yeah,
ブラ
fair.
ウン管の構造を説明して反論するだろうよ。
Yeah, well, I study in a library and argue back by explaining how brown tubes are constructed.
この瞬間法廷にはあなたの主張とあの子の主張が同時に存在する。
I do find it really quite interesting that this teacher of Beatrice's refers to her as a child. Yeah, at this moment, both your claim and that child's claim exist in the court at the same
も
time.
しもあの子の主張に耳を傾けたならば、
If you find your opponent's claim
そ
convincing,
れはあたかも真実に聞こえてしまうかもしれ
yeah,
ない。
fair.
見えてしまうかもしれない。
Fair, I mean, no matter how ridiculous it sounds, if it does sound convincing, then somebody is going to be way more lenient in suggesting that is the truth, rather than something that... Well, I mean, I suppose, well, with a lot of things in just society in general, really, you have a lot of truths that, you know, are really quite hard to grasp if you actually dive into them deeply. So people just accept the easy way out, and, I mean, like, for example, hate colonies on, I don't know, Twitter. That's the only example I can think of, like, the example that really springs to mind. Yeah, I might.
それを見せつけられた。
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's actually really quite interesting. So if you hear that something's magic and you believe that magical explanation, then everything is going to be... Your view of the entire situation is going to be changed to fit that belief that you believe.
今この瞬間の六軒島には
Yeah,
確かに
yeah,
魔女の
definitely.
魔法も真実として存
No,
在
but at the
する
same
かも
time,
しれない
Battler's truth can exist simultaneously. At this moment, on Rokkenjima, witches and magic certainly may
し
exist
か
as
しそ
truth.
れは猫の箱が開かれる瞬間までの不確定な波動関数の世界。
However, until the moment that that cat's box is opened, that world is an uncertain wave function.
すべての状態が同時に説明できる。
Oh, I see that. Yeah, the entire situation can be explained by both sides at the same time. Fair.
しかし真実は一つです。
There is one truth. That's the worst thing. Now, the only thing is, I mean, obviously, Beatrice's teacher's metaphor of, you know, the cat's box, it is valid, but at the same time, what happens to Battler because he's trying to argue against the objective truth? That's the bad
それは
thing.
観測されることによって収縮し、
Yeah, that set of truth shrinks with observation.
無数の真実が淘汰されてたった一つの真実になる。
Oh, that is interesting. I do see that. Yeah, because obviously you could apply this and you could say, like, countless truths behind the incidents that Beatrice has actually set out for Battler to try and solve. They can all be branched under one bigger truth, which is the one about whether it was committed by a witch or it was magic related or not.
法廷で例えるならば、
It is like when in court.
これは裁判長による判決行為にも似ているでしょう。
The judge hands down his
検
judgment.
察側、弁護側がそれぞれに主張する2つの真実は、判決によって収縮し、一つと
Oh,
な
that
る
is
のです。
interesting. The two truths from the prosecutor and the defense's claims are reduced in number by the judgment and become one. Oh, I like that. That really, really makes sense. That's actually really quite interesting because obviously you could have the prosecutor and the defense, you know, completely opposite claims, but then those truths will merge into one because of the fact that, you know, the truths will clash together and then one will prevail and one will obviously lose. And, yeah, one person will come out well and the other won't. But the point is that, you know, there are opposing truths, but when the overall truth is figured out and it's proven very, very easily, then the other truth just becomes entirely invalidated and it becomes so much harder to actually argue it. Yeah, fair enough actually, yeah. There's a lot of claims as well.
あんたの言葉を借りるとつまり
To say it in your
今
words.
のこの島はブラウン管の中を覗く直前の世界ってわけなんだな。
Oh, that's interesting. This island right now is the world, is the world right before looking into a brown tube, right?
だからこそ科学説も魔法説もどちらも否定できない。
Fair actually, yeah. Therefore the science theory and the magic theory cannot be
否定
denied.
できないってことはつまり
It's since they cannot be denied.
"どちらも真実として存在できる。
Both can exist as
だ
truth.
から魔女も魔法も存在し得る。
Yeah, therefore both witches and magic can exist.
しかし同時にそれを否定するあなたの意見もまた真実として同時に存在できる。
However, at the same time, your opinion of denial also exists as truth. I mean, this is such corrupt logic because of the fact that, but at the same time, it really, it conveys its principle well because of the fact that Battler's truth can, because of the fact that Beatrice hasn't actually shown the entirety of what's happened to Battler with her very, I don't know, hands. Yeah. How can Battler's truth exist as anything? How can Battler's claims exist as anything but the truth because of the fact that it's never been proven and it's what he truly believes?
相反する2つが同時に存在できる世界。
It is a world where two conflicting things can exist
そ
at
して
once.
相反する真
Yeah, I
実が
suppose.
互いを否定する理由にできない世界。
And it is a world where conflicting truths cannot disprove each other. Yeah, they can't disprove each other because of the fact that there is nothing that has
理解でき
objectively
てきま
proved
した
them.
か？
have you managed to understand? In other words,
ベアトがどんなすげえ魔法を俺に見せようとも
yeah, he can always disprove it via human tricks.
それは魔法説の主張でしかなく俺を否定することには当たらない
It's only a claim of magical theory and it doesn't disprove my position. Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting because of the fact that there's nothing proved. His beliefs can coexist. They may not be the truth, but at the same time he can make it out to be the truth. And it would actually work. So no matter what kind of magic Beatos shows me in this world, yeah, it cannot become proof that magic exists. Yeah, I mean, that is actually fair enough what they're actually discussing, but at the same time, like, how are you... If you're literally being showed magic and you can argue the fact that it doesn't definitively prove that magic exists because of the fact that there is no objective proof, then how is magic or science ever going to be proved? How can any of them be proved? If they can't even be proved by showing somebody them.
あの子は木からリンゴが落ちることすらも魔法で説明しようとするでしょう。
No, that child might even try to explain an apple falling from a tree with magic.
あの子は一見杖を振るって魔法にてリンゴをもぎ取り。
Perhaps by shaking her staff and magically plucking the apple.
大地に落としたか
I
の
like
よう
that.
に主張するかもしれない。
Yeah, then claiming to be the thing that made it drop down to the earth.
しかしそれはあの子の主張の一つに過ぎないのです。
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, that is actually really quite interesting because even though you've literally shown this person what's happened, you can't genuinely prove that the magic is... Oh, you can't genuinely prove that the magic is the thing behind it because of the fact that the truth of it being scientifically correct and, you know... Well, I think it's just because of the fact that the trees... Well, when the apple's actually on the trees and the branches and the leaves and stuff and provide an upwards contact force, and then contact force gradually gets less and less, and then the gravitational potential energy, it gets it gets greater. No, I don't think GPE changes, but gradually over time there's going to be a contact force that is going upwards that is going to weaken because of the fact that the apple's connection to all of the branches are weakened, and then obviously when gravitational potential energies force of gravity gets greater, and obviously it's going to have to get a lot greater because of all of the contact force that the lemon branches are providing, and then it will go down to the ground, and then yeah, it will fall like that. I don't know. I don't really know. That's just a guess. That's what I'd assume. However, that would be nothing more than another claim. Yeah. None of your opponent's claims can prevent you from making yours. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah. It's actually really quite surprising to think that no matter what you do, there is no barrier between what you can say and what you can't validly say here. Because of the fact that the truth is just so corrupt. Still.
その論法で言ったなら、たとえ俺が科学説で正論を示したところで、
But that's argument. If I show a sound argument with my
奴の
science
魔
theory.
法説と正面衝突を起こすだけで、俺もまた奴を論破できない。
Yeah, and it collides head on with her magic theory. I also can't win against her.
そのファイナルジャッジはブラウン管を除かない限りつかない。
Yeah. On top of that, the final judgment won't come until we peek into the brown tube. I mean, that is actually fair enough, but at the same time, I don't really know how you could objectively prove the fact that it is science. I mean, if you're a real occultist and then you actually have, you know, somebody prove the Force related things, why are you not just going to link the fact that the Force is actually measured to magic and then just say that was the means of it having been performed by magic overall? Oh, this is really interesting. Yeah, that's fair.
この世界のブラウン管はどこにあるんだ
I love this analogy. Or it's the brown tube in this world. It sounds so cheesy, but it really works.
議論なんて必要ないってことになる
Because it exists, there should be no reason for us to agree.
俺たちは仲良くブラウン管の中身を覗けばいいだけの話じゃねえのか
Oh no, but at the same time, that's the bad thing. It defeats the purpose of a logic game. Why don't we just get along and peek into the brown tube?
中に妖精が本当にいたら
yeah. Well, the only thing is, it isn't his complete loss, because if he knows the truth, and he can obviously prove the truth, whereas nobody else knows it, he can still continue to make his lies really quite significant and make it out as if he's the one that's really, I don't know, just trying to get the truth. Yeah, if there really is a tiny person in there, it's my complete loss.
いなかったら逆に俺の勝ち
Ah, yeah. Otherwise, this is my victory. Yeah, definitely, yeah.
俺たちはブラウン管を覗かずに
Because you
論争
will...
を繰り広げなくちゃならないんだ
Well, you don't want to find out what happens if you do look inside. Why do we have to hold this debate without looking into the brown tube?
それこそがあの子
Yeah,
があなたに
exactly.
挑んだゲームなのです
That itself is the game you are being challenged to.
裁判ではなくチェスと例えるべきでしょう
Yeah, maybe instead of course, use chess as an
勝
example.
敗は裁判官が決めるのではない
There, victory and loss are not determined by a judge.
戦っているあなたたち
yeah,
自身が決めるのです
You who fight will decide it yourselves.
真実が同時に存在できるめちゃくちゃな世界で相手を論破なんてできるのかよ
Yeah, can you win an argument with an opponent in a screwed up world where multiple truths can exist at the same time?
現にあなたは論破されて今こうしていますよ
Yeah, definitely, yeah. In actual fact, didn't you lose an argument and surrender like this? A pause.
今私に助言できるのはここまでです
Name reveal? I've really wanted to see this. That's actually really quite interesting that, yeah, this really is realistic because of the fact that, you know, the only person that can actually determine who is victorious in this game is Battler and Beatrice. So, yeah, there's nobody to objectively tell them what the right result is. There's no one result. And, yeah, like she's saying, you know, two truths can coexist at the same time. Until one is proven with concrete evidence. But at the same time, it can never be because of the fact that, you know, this is a game and that's the whole purpose. It's really advantageous, this. But at the same time, that doesn't mean it's still not very difficult for Battler to disprove magic. It is possible, but it's not easy. I like this theme. Oh, I like that piano. It just sounds like Toho, I'm not even joking. It sounds like some sort of... I don't know. Oh, yeah. I'm getting stage 3 or 4 boss vibes. Stage 4 because of this little bit. This slightly intense interval. Actually, no, maybe this would be better as a individual stage theme. I don't know, who fucking cares? But, yeah. That's all the advice I can give you now.
時折助言を与えましょう。
To be honest, this person, it is actually really quite interesting, this person's relationship with Beatrice. Like, firstly, she's probably really, really hating Beatrice because of the fact that she's just not, you know, she's literally making it so that the person she's actually challenged against is going to have more of a chance. And, you know, she's offering active help. God. Sure.
ありがとう。助かるぜ。
Thanks, that really helps.
あんたの仇も。
Yeah, I'll avenge you.
ありがとう。期待していますよ。
Look forward to it.
あんた、名前は？
What's your name?
ベアトリーチェはかつて私の名でしたが、譲ってしまった今、私は名前を持ちません。
So, is she actually going to just be this unnamed witch? Or, Beatrice used to be my name, but now that I have surrendered it, I do not have a name.
ならば、仮の名でも名乗りましょう。
Oh! Wait, so you just decide a name for yourself?
ワルギリアス。
Oh. That is a really random name. Oh my god, Verkilius.
い
No.
え、ワルギリアではいかがですか？
Yeah. This just sounds really, really creepy. I'm not gonna lie, for a name like this, you kind of sound like some sort of ancient Greek god. Oh my god. God damn. So Vergilia is who this person is actually called. Vergilia.
ワルキュリア？
Oh yeah, I see the resemblance. Like Valkyria.
神話の女神の名前だっけか？
Wasn't that a name for goddesses that show up in myths? Oh, I see. No.
ベアトリーチェのもとへ導くものという意味です。
Oh, it means the guide who leads the way to Beatrice.
煉獄さんの頂上にて待つあの子のもとへあなたを導く。
Now that is odd. I really do wonder what Mount Purgatory actually is. I wonder if that's like a genuine place that's going to actually be featured in this visual novel. I will guide you to that child who waits at the summit of Mount Purgatory.
その案内人にふさわしい名前でしょう。
Ah, yeah. It ought to be a fitting name for such a guy. That's actually really quite interesting though. I wonder. So she's going to be Battler's guide and she's called Vergilia as a result of that.
Oh
my god, I know. It's hilarious though, but at the same time, this is just how desperate he's got. I mean, but at the same time, if somebody's offering their help and they're really, really clever and knowledgeable, then go for it. Who would have guessed I'd accept help from a witch when I'm trying to deny witches? No, I agree though. I see.
異なる主張が同時に存在できるこの矛盾した世界なら、それもありってわけだ。
Fair enough, yeah, because obviously Battler is trying to, you know, avenge, obviously, Vergilia, and also magic-related things as well. He's trying to disprove the fact that magic exists, but contrary claims can exist at the same time, as seen in, you know, magic exists. No human tricks. Those claims are two contrary ones, so why can't these exist? These contrary claims here. It's almost funny.
あの子の言葉を借りるけど、本当にあなたは不死鳥のような人ね。
Oh my god, I'm borrowing that child's words, but you're truly like a phoenix. I've never heard her say that.
気力がもう蘇ってきた。
It is actually really quite interesting that, you know, he was just totally helpless and, you know, he was really, really just upset at the fact that he couldn't actually disprove it. But now, yeah, I see what Vergilia is actually saying because of the fact that, you know, Will to Fight has been revived. It's such a cool name, Vergilia, though. It's Susa, though, it just sounds really, really wise and old and traditional. And it really, really works here. She's so kind, though, genuinely. That's brilliant.
心の準備がいいなら、あの子のもとへ。
Oh, yeah, come with your heart is prepared. Return to your opponent.
あの子の座するチェス盤の正面へお戻りなさい。
Return to the chessboard where that child is seated.
私の弟子とどこまで戦えるか。楽しみにしていますよ。
Yeah, I really do wonder. I look forward to seeing how far you can fight with my disciple. Yeah, I really do wonder.
見てろよ。
Yeah, watch it.
もうあいつの寝言には耳を貸さね
Interesting. I won't listen to her babbling anymore.
え。とことん冷静に俺の戦いを貫いてやる。
I'll probably fight until the end. I feel like he is very, very confident at the moment, and that's just going to be shattered. Who knows, though,
もうあいつ
genuinely.
の挑発には絶対に乗らね
Definitely won't get provoked by her any longer.
では戻りましょう。
Then let us return.
戦いの席へ。
Yeah, to the seat of the battle. Oh, I like that. Right, what now? Oh, yeah, they're definitely here.
おお、バトラー。
Oh, battle.
そなたどこへ姿を消しておったのか。
Where did she run off to?
負け犬は二度と姿を現さないかと思う。
Oh, that's hilarious. And I thought losers never came back from... Oh, no. I mean, Battler may be a little bit of a loser at the moment, but he is going to transform being a loser into a fucking winner.
え。待たせたな。
His status is going to entirely change and reverse. Sorry to keep you waiting.
頭を冷やしてきたぜ。
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Don't tell about Vigilia. Oh, my God. And?
わらわとお師匠様の愉快痛快爽快大喝采の素敵ファンタジーバトルへの回答は出たのかい？
Do you think of a response to that pleasant, thrilling, yeah, refreshing, highly acclaimed, wonderful fantasy battle between the teacher and me?
あんなのファンタジー以外じゃ説明不能だろ。
I mean, it is, but at the same time, if you take everything that Vigilia actually said, boom, you could help. You could definitely, it would definitely help in proving the fact that two truths can exist at once. Yeah, isn't that impossible to explain without fantasy?
お嬢様
Melody.
さっき親切で上品にするとお誓いになられたばかり
I'm
です
sorry, but that is absolutely impossible. Why does Rodonov even think that is going to come close to happening? Milady, didn't you promise just to be kind and act more gracefully?
いけねえいけねえ。
Oh no, I know.
バトラの顔を見てるとついつい上機嫌になってしまうものでな。
I am calling it. These people are going to love each other soon. I just got in such a good mood when I saw Battler's face, you see?
ほれほれほれ。それでバトラさっきの戦いだがどういう反応を示してみせるよ。
Look, look, look. How are you going to respond to that battle just now, Battler? Oh, I really wonder what he's going to do.
バトル
Battle?
何があったって
What battle?
何？
What?
このバラ庭園のどこに
Oh my god, you genius! Pick up on the fact that it looks as if nothing has happened
お
in
前
this
らが
rose
ニョキニョ
garden.
キ生やした塔が
Yes.
槍が
Yes! Where do you see those
ど
spears?
こに転がってんだ
Yes, and towers you made lying around.
ねえじゃねえか
It is so funny that there has been such a brilliant opportunity that has just been there. So easily found and yet so unobvious at the same time. They aren't here,
つ
are
ま
they?
りこいつがブラウン管の中身ってわけさ
He's actually using the analogy. I love it. They aren't here, are they? In other words, it's like the inside of a brown tube.
ブラウン管の中身とな。
The inside of a brown tube.
一体何の話を始めるやら。
To be fair, I never really knew what that was. But at the same time, it's just really quite funny that Beatrice just knows nothing about science, I'd assume. What in the world are you talking about now? Oh.
今この瞬間
At this very moment,
バラ庭園には何もない
there's nothing at all in the Rose Garden.
さっきまでは
Yeah,
魔法で
definitely, yeah.
塔が生えていたかもしれねえさ
Towers may have been sprouting out of magic a small while ago. Why is he mentioning that?
それはブラウン管の中を知るまでだ
Yeah, however, that's the only case. That's only the case until we see what's inside the brown tube. Fair.
魔法バトルはお前の解釈。主張にする。
Yeah. Now, magical battle was nothing more than your interpretation, your
今
claim.
この場に何もないのがその証拠だ。
Yeah. The fact that there's absolutely nothing to see here now proves it. What's Battler going to do in Red
俺
Truth?
はさ
I
っきの
wonder.
魔女の戦いにこう反論する。
This is how I argue about that witch's battle just now.
今この場に何もないのは何事もなかったことの証明だとな。
Well, now, there isn't anything here which proves that nothing happened.
さすがに第一の晩から大暴れ
Still,
はできぬ。
doesn't really apply much.
わらわもこのバラ庭園は気に入っているのでな。
Of course, come on now, of course, I can't make a huge mess when it's only the first Twilight, and I'm rather fond of that Rose Garden music. Haha, of course she is. Even though she's ready to completely destroy it in a battle, she's rather fond of it. I don't blame her, it is quite
結
beautiful.
界の中で戦っておったのだ。
To prevent any damage, I had the fight occur inside a barrier.
だから現実には何の影響も与えていない。
Oh, that's interesting.
当然のことよ。
That's absurd that she's actually able to do this, but it's just really quite interesting that right now, no matter how ridiculous and how magic related it seems, there is always an explanation that could potentially disprove it. It's absurd that it's actually possible. It really is.
"それがお前の主張だな。
That's your claim.
ああ、それもありだろうな。
Well, I guess that was. Yeah.
だが、
However,
今この瞬間のバラ庭園に何もない。
definitely, yeah, at this point in time, there is nothing in the Rose
だ
Garden.
が、魔法などなかったという俺の主張を何ら妨げるものではないんだ。
So nothing stands in the way of my claim that there was no magic done here. Yeah, understandable actually, yeah.
おいおい、そんなめちゃくちゃでわらわの魔法を否定できるのか？
Wait, can you deny my magic with a mess like that?
魔法がないは証明不能。
But at the same time, it's impossible to prove that magic does exist. It is impossible to prove that magic does not exist.
悪魔の証明であるぞ。
This is devil's proof.
今この瞬間のこのバラ庭園が真
But
実だ。
at the same time though, yeah, definitely. At this point in time, the garden is the truth.
覗いた瞬間にブラウン管の中の妖精は蒸発する。
The instant you look inside, the tiny people inside the brown tube will vanish.
そしてここには何の魔法の痕跡もない。
Oh, I like it, and there are no traces of
だ
magic
か
here
ら
at
お
all.
前らの魔女の戦いは行われなかった。
So that battle between you witches did not take place.
なんだ、
What the?
その返し手は
Oh, you've got to be kidding me! Even she's provoked that counter,
力を。
that power.
もしや
Don't tell me she's actually figured it out. Could it be?
お忘れですか、お嬢様。
Have you forgotten, my
仮
lady?
想世界収縮術です。
It is the multi-layered world's reduction tech. What the fuck is
無
that?
限の魔女の力と対になる有限の魔女の力。
The power of a finite witch, the counter to the power of an endless
無
witch.
限の魔女にしか悟ることができず、そして無限の魔女にとって最も強力な効果を発揮します。
Only an endless witch can perceive it, and it is most effective against such a witch. Oh, that is interesting. The multi-layered worlds reduction technique. What a random... That's actually really quite interesting. So, Vergilia's power as a finite witch can actually be seen here, I wonder. And the influences Vergilia has actually had in Battler. Oh. Schrodinger's cat box. I've heard of that name before. That's so surprising. So she's got it instantly. Oh my god. Wow. That's actually really quite interesting that this technique is only really effective against endless witches. I mean, my god, it's perfect. It really, really is. Multi-layer worlds, because worlds with more than one truth can actually exist. We've lost time. Oh yeah, definitely. Including the 5 servants and grandfather, there are 6 corpses. True. Oh yeah, let me check the scene. I've been trudging along and wasting time. From now on, I'll speed things up, okay? Oh. Take a seat, Beatrice. Oh yeah, that's actually really quite interesting. Yeah, Beatrice has made her turn, so obviously now Battle is going to pursue and hopefully get a little bit closer to defeating her. It's kind of hard to tell whether that's going to work though. Take a seat, Beatrice. It's finally the first Twilight, isn't it? Let's start the real thing. Oh yeah. Yeah, show me what you've got. Is that the end of the chapter? Yeah. Oh my god, this is going to be really quite exciting. I mean, I do wonder how he's actually going to respond to all of the close room related phenomena and obviously what's going to happen as well. I mean, I really do wonder how all of it's going to be solved. I hope it's going to be cool. So, at the moment it is 7 AM. Interesting stuff. I really do like that clock. I love the floral pattern. I think that looks really quite great. Right, where are we going? We are going inside the guest house, it looks like. Are they going to finally get the servants' keys? Or maybe just look inside the servant rooms? Maybe? I wonder. Yeah, forget what the adults expect. Oh my god, I wonder. Forget what the adults expected. At least for us kids. These are supposed to be a fun couple. Oh my god, no way! Yeah, these were supposed to be a fun couple of days where the cousins deepened their friendship. However, when we woke up, there was an unbelievable... Oh my god, for George, like, and Jessica. Yeah, however, when we woke up, there was an unbelievably cool reality waiting for us. Oh god, she's found out. Oh my god, so was he. Oh, yeah, understandable. Yeah, George Aniki and Jessica were crying over Shanon-chan and Kanon-kun's deaths. Where the fuck is this? What? Wow. Don't think I've ever seen this room before. It looks really quite modern. This is concerning. I bet you that alcohol was either... Well, I bet you it's really strong as well. It's a really, really interesting room. They have multiple dining tables. Oh god, I feel bad for them. That must be so horrible what they're seeing. Right now, everyone who was alive had gathered in the lobby on the first floor of the guest house. Yeah, and there were 12 people there. 18? Yeah. Unbelievable, right? Oh my god, I know, it's just really quite interesting that, you know, it's basically decreased by a third. In one day. There were 18 until yes, yeah, exactly. And in one night, a third of that number had lost that. I know, it's terrible, I mean. Oh yeah, I eventually sobered up from my agitation, and along with my lack of sleep from being woken up so early in the morning, I was beginning to feel a faint sense of unreality. Oh, I want to think this is some kind of bad dream. yeah. My cheap escapism keeps telling me that over and over. Yeah, fair. Maria had gone back to sleep on the sofa Rosa I was sitting in. Rather than her having nerves of steel, she probably genuinely hadn't had enough sleep. Yeah, maybe. I like that. God, it really is awful though. I mean, just putting it in this picture, I don't know, it just really hurts. Yeah, fair. Oh my god, Rudolph's got a gun. The adults were holding items from what was apparently grandfather's collection. Interesting that they've actually... Oh my god, short barrel Winchester rifles. Wow. Apparently relics from a time he'd been obsessed with westerns. Oh, that's actually really quite convenient, one for each sibling. Yeah, there were 4 guns altogether. There's been a split up among the 4 siblings. Uncle Kraus, Aunt Eva, my dad and Uncle Doza. Uncle Doza. Jesus fucking Christ, I'm tired. I wish it wasn't so obvious. Paper boxes filled with bullets lay on... Oh my god. Fucking hell. Jesus. And the siblings were silently loading them. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. It's just... It must just be so weird seeing everybody have bullets. It's really quite interesting that everyone's taking that little bit more initiative now. And they really, really are aware of the danger present. But at the same time you know, Kinzo's children. This is the first time they've actually been able to survive. Nobody else has. It's a little scary. Even now, touching one of these. Oh, God. I get the feeling Dad will yell, "Don't touch that," and hit me. Jesus Christ. Well, isn't that great? Jesus Christ. No matter how much you touch them again, you won't be hit again. Can't believe it. To think that father... Oh yeah, they've discovered it. Oh, to think that father would meet this kind of end. Fair. To be honest, I kind of disagree. I think the main reason he would have died would be ODing on alcohol. Well, I never did expect Kinzo-san to die normally in his bed. Yeah. But even so, it's too horrible. What's actually happened to him? Has he been burnt like he was in episode 1? That's what I'm thinking. What about 6 toes? I wonder if that really was father. 6 toes, why? 6 toes! I think it might have been a different person's corpse, used as a substitute to trick us. And also feet shape, skeleton shape as well, I suppose. I mean, if it's a different person's corpse, it's going to be really unlikely that it's going to have similar anatomy of Kinzo. Really. Yeah. No, his father, without a doubt. Yeah, you saw his toes, right? On both as well, yeah. Generally speaking, there aren't many humans with 6 toes on both feet. That must be so weird to live with. I would feel really bad though. I mean, if anybody discovers that, you are getting bullied, let's be honest here. Like in, I don't know, in, for example, a school setting. God, so I don't really know what's happening with Kinzo, but he sounds like a really quite abusive person from that. Unfair, abusive, what's next? But to be fair, yeah, I see that. But that doesn't mean that such people don't exist. Fair. Oh. I've heard that polydactyly isn't that rare a disease? A disease?
大仕掛けの大好きな方なんでしょ
He was a man who liked large-scale tricks,
ど
right?
こかで両足の指の数が自分と同じな遺体を手配したかもしれないわ。
It's actually really quite interesting. You might have obtained a corpse from somewhere that had the same number of toes on both feet, but at the same time, who would do that? Who would do that, to be honest? And secondly, why would he do it? What would he have in terms of benefits to fake his own death? Because the thing is about Ginzo, we've got to keep it in mind, the fact that, you know, he is a really quite old man who is, you know, he's lost his ability to walk. If he gets caught, he is fucked. But at the same time, what if he goes really, really far away? But how will he go far away without being seen and whatnot? I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. Why would he do something like that? Oh my god, yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, I'd agree if it was a normal person. Yeah, fair, but this is father we're talking about. I see that. You can't be sure if Kirie-san's talking nonsense. Yeah. After all, burning a corpse makes it hard to identify. Definitely. Yeah. Now, it is actually really quite interesting because of the fact that it's burnt. Maybe that could be indicative of the fact that they don't actually want it to be identified. Still, there should be a few ways to examine him from his teeth and bone structure. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. let me just give you a one-word disproving of this statement. Higurashi. Higurashi Takano. Yeah, I think that's all you need to know. The problem is that we need a telephone engineer more than the police. Oh, phone line's gone. The boats probably won't come in this typhoon. No, they won't, no. So will they arrive tomorrow? Wow. Most likely the boat will come again at 9 o'clock tomorrow. Then I believe we'll be able to contact the police. It's the same for us. Yeah, fair. Yep, no defense. Until the typhoon passes, the island will be closed off. Yeah. I really want to actually discover what has fully happened to the bodies of these people. Just from our parents' conversation, you could probably figure out the general gist. But let's explain the situation anyway. First, early that morning, in various places throughout the mansion, a total of 6 corpses, including grandfather and all the servants, have been found one after another. Oh, interesting. First, grandfather had been... Oh, that is interesting. Grandfather had been found in the boiler room, completely burnt. Very similar to the first one. Oh, yep, ironically, that's the case. The servants had died, each shut up in the rooms throughout the mansion that had magic circles drawn on them. Yeah. The cause of death of the servants was uncertain. But according to Dr. Nunjol's diagnosis, there was a high likelihood that they had been stabbed by something like a spear. Oh yeah, something like a spear. Nah. A 7-stake of purgatory has stabbed them. Or possibly shot with a gun. That was only where the adults had started arming themselves with Winchesters. Fair enough, yeah. That's understandable. Make yourself be able to fight against the enemy if they ever are real threats to you. And what made the situation even more chaotic, yeah, was the fact that the telephones had become unusable. Exactly. It's helpless. It really, really is. They are relying on their own survival instincts. It's just ironic that this one day is, you know, obviously the most important day of their lives. It was unknown if lightning had caused them to break down or if the culprit had broken them. Yeah. At any rate, since contact with the outside had been cut off, we couldn't reach the police. Yeah, definitely. So until the typhoon passes and a boat comes tomorrow morning, we want to protect ourselves. Yep. Full. It is, yeah. After all, Doc Enjima is now isolated by the typhoon. And just as we're stuck on the island, so was the culprit. Yeah. yeah. It seemed that the adults had stayed up all night, holding the family conference in the mansion's dining hall the whole time. And yet the crime had occurred in the mansion. So right when the adults had been in an uproar over money. Yeah, it is actually really quite ironic to think that, yeah, the murderer had been killing under the same roof. Let's say Aunt Nasuhi's been strict about locking the doors and windows at the night. You really think a lock would have any any impact on, you know, 7 States of Purgatory? And yet some suspicious person had entered and left the mansion. Oh yeah, definitely, it really is surprising. The adults had decided that the inside of the mansion was too large to be safe. Oh, that's understandable. So they had pulled out the guns and moved to the guest house. Oh, where we have been. Makes sense. Which brings us to the present. Oh, that's... Oh, God, yeah. Oh, that's awful. Yeah, George Aniki had begged to see Shannon-chan's corpse. Yeah, fair enough, to be honest, that would scar him for life, genuinely. But the adults had refused, saying that he mustn't do so until the police arrived. Oh, yeah, that is brutal. That wasn't just because they wanted to see all the rooms to preserve the scene. After all, the couple who had killed 6 people was wondering about the mansion. To the Ushidomiya family right now, the mansion that should have been their home, I know, it is so weird, it really is, was now a danger zone that an unknown murderer could enter at leave and will. After all, it's a huge mansion. Yeah, there are plenty of blind spots and dark places, and it's too vast to guarantee absolute safety with this number of people. This is something Battlers should really use in its logic battles. By the way, that one statement just there. Yeah, but at the same time, the thing is about George seeing the body of Shannon is that, you know, it may have been their home a day ago, but now it is a zone that is full of danger, that is basically filled with murderers, potentially. So, yeah, obviously they've got to be really damn careful. They cannot risk it. Relatively speaking, the guest house was much smaller. True. Yeah, it had above... Oh. It had 2 above ground stories. I see. Something like 10 or so rooms. That is still really big. It's just ironic that, you know, something that is quote unquote much smaller is still really, really big. It just shows the severe scale of the mansion. Apparently, it had originally been constructed to serve as a small hotel as part of the plans to turn this island into a resort. Yeah, definitely, yeah. So it was easier to know what was going on everywhere inside it. And it'd be easier to keep... Oh, that's understandable, actually. And if it's designed to be like a hotel, then obviously it's going to be easy to maneuver in as well. It made for a good place to hole up in. Fair. What about food, though? That's what I'm kind of concerned about. Also, it was extremely likely that this mass murder of 6 people was a game. Yeah, I love this. After all, the culprit proclaimed so in their letter. Yeah, fair. I heard that a Western-style envelope with the family crest, just like the one Mariga claimed to have received from Beatrice yesterday. Yeah, had been found in the boiler room where... What? When grandfather's corpse had been discovered. What? This is what the letter said. So that there would be no misunderstandings. Oh, that's interesting. The game I seek for everyone to try and solve is the riddle with the epitaph. Oh, now that is interesting. Not for you to try and catch me. What? If you don't solve the riddle, the pitiful sacrifices will further increase in number. It would be wiser to spend your time solving the epitaph instead of... That is so weird. Instead of searching for me. If no one can solve the riddle, no one will survive. That's odd. If a person appears who can miraculously solve it, I will give them all the gold of the Golden Land. What? Oh, that's interesting. No, but at the same time, this is the weird thing. Why are you going to give somebody all of these things? Like, okay, Beatrice is not going to give all of these things. Why would somebody as evil as Beatrice give something like this? No, like, I'm not even going to remotely even come close to believing it. There's some sort of ulterior motive. There has to be. Devil's proof. Still, though. It's interesting that this story really has a bigger focus on the epitaph. I wonder if there's definitely some sort of motive or some sort of thing that's going to be foreshadowed, I think. This is a foreshadowing tool of something. Don't know what, though. Yeah, look at what happened in episode 1 and 2. I was the one who succeeded the Ushinomiya family headship after Kinzo-sama. That's actually really quite interesting. I wonder how that was the case. I look forward to seeing who will succeed to that headship after me. The Golden Witch, Beatrice. This riddle with the epitaph was that thing. That thing. Yeah, that thing. The riddle with the epitaph was that thing. That strange epitaph written by the portrait of the witch on display in the hall of the mansion. Grandfather was the one who had it written. Of course, yeah, and the person who solved it would supposedly be given the inheritance or the hidden gold or something like that. Or something like that. No, I think it's a little bit more than that. You get the hidden gold, you get the headship, therefore you get all of the inheritance, and also, yeah. Ever since it was first put on display there several years ago, the relatives had secretly tried to solve that riddle, despite saying on the surface that the whole idea was silly. Oh, that is interesting. However, up until today, yeah, no one had solved it. It's just really quite interesting that, what was it? Yeah, several years ago, people have tried to solve it, you know, for all of that time. How is somebody going to randomly solve it in a day? I mean, it just doesn't really make much sense at all. We were once again being urged to solve that, yeah, unintelligible riddle. And this time we were faced with the threat that we'd all be killed if we didn't solve it. If that wasn't a game, what else could it be? And it's actually really quite interesting that this is being contemplated here. But I totally agree. If there is a riddle that is basically being forced to solve, otherwise everyone dies, then, you know, why would they kill each other? And also, it's just really quite interesting. It kind of reminds me of some sort of video game, really. Like, if you fail, you die. But if you win, you have that reward of actually having, you know, survived. I don't know. The bold opinion that we should search the premises for the culprit did come up once. Oh, yeah. However, there was a good chance that they were armed and they might not just be... one of them. Yeah, and I do find it really quite interesting that, obviously this narration definitely implies that, you know, Beatrice said if you search for the epitaph, you will be screwed. So you do not do it. And obviously because of the fact that they are asking and specifically stating that you do not search for her, then maybe it could be that. And while they might have been able to kill more than 6 people, they had... Yeah, definitely stopped at 6. The opinion that won out in the end was that we should avoid needlessly antagonising the culprit. And hole up in a safe place while we waited for the police to arrive. Fair, yeah. Yeah. A safe place, please. Oh, it doesn't actually say it on the tips, that's a shame. Oh, yeah. I see that. Oh, damn. That's actually really quite surprising. By the way, I really do wonder, you know, let us. I wonder, is this actually in the viewpoint of Beatrice, I wonder? I mean, a lot of these things are just facts as opposed to facts with narration, but still. God. It can't be Beatrice if, you know, though it did say us. Yeah, this would obviously really quite make it sound as if it could be Beatrice who's talking about this, but yeah, this kind of contradicts that theory. Oh yeah, Kumasawa, that's going to be interesting. Oh, I love that. That's actually really quite surprising that even though Kumasawa has disappeared, her corpse was still found. And, you know, she literally disappeared in replacement for Vigilia. I really do wonder what's actually happened there. Right, hopefully we're going to be able to read a bit about Vigilia as well. Yeah, we are. Oh, that is interesting. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, obviously indicative of the fact that there are going to be a lot more characters. The amount of empty spaces there are here. Oh, so she was actually an Endless Witch beforehand, but she's retired now. God, how old is she, I wonder? Oh, that is interesting. Oh, wow. That's really quite nice. Oh, no way. No way. Oh, that's awful. Oh. Beatrice's family. My God, that is a weird thought. Oh. That's actually really quite interesting. So maybe Beatrice was a little bit like, I don't know, Jessica? But just a lot worse. Kind of reminds me of Jessica and Conan. But obviously there's no romance here. Right. After the adults carefully checked that the doors and windows in the guest house were locked, they set up camp in the lobby. As they loaded their guns to distract themselves from the tension. Oh, I don't really think that's going to distract them. That's just going to make it worse. Their expressions showed that they were already fatigued from this long day. Oh my god, I know. Yeah, that's really bad. If they're already fatigued, that is very, very unhealthy because of the fact that, you know, it's just going to get worse from here. Let's be honest here. And it's not a good mindset to have. Well, not really mindset, but just state of physical being, really. Tired. There was nothing for me to do. Now, all I could do was be taught, God, how to use it. That is vivid. To prepare for the off chance of something happening that led to an excess of guns. Yeah. Yeah, but the only thing is this is what Bastila has to do, obviously. Now everything is like a game. It's just fend for yourself. Learn how to fend for yourself and live for as long as possible, really. Yeah, I really do wonder what could potentially happen. If it did happen, that's fine. Just obediently stay there. Me and the rest of you. Oh. Yeah, definitely, yeah. 6 people in the beginning again. It's very, very different. And this time his grandfather and all of the servants put together. Oh, it's Vigilia. Did not expect that at all. Most likely. Yes, definitely. Yeah, get something that is impossible to prove instantly. Yeah, that child has carefully studied your moves from the last game. Yeah, I agree. And has made an optimal move by taking the pieces that you were most likely to suspect from the start. Oh yeah, that is actually really quite interesting. Yeah, because obviously now he has to suspect people that make a little less sense to actually suspect. And obviously people he wants to suspect less. That was true both last time and the time before that. The servants, who know everything about the mansion and who walk around with keys, always fall into the most suspicious category of people. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. I agree. Ooh, yes. Yes. A good example in the last game would be Jessica's closed room. If I'd only accepted that the servant was the culprit, that wouldn't even have been a closed room. That's understandable, actually, yeah. And so... Yeah, fair enough, actually, yeah. And so that child went straight for them. Because it's actually really quite interesting. If you blame it on the servants, then you can completely... Like Vigilia actually always says, you know, there is a truth that can coexist within the one that is actually right because of the fact that there is no definitive proof without Beatrice having shown it. So you could, in theory, say that, using that logic. Yeah, John went straight for them. Fair. Yeah, I see that. Probably to block off a method of escape you'd likely to attempt sooner or later. Beato already proclaimed in red that there were no more than 18 people on this island. True. Yeah, in other words. Oh, yeah, it's time to give up on that. Wow. That's absurd. now I've got to suspect one of the 18.
あの子はその18人の駒を全て奪い切った上で存在しないはずの19人目として降臨し
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to be honest. That child will probably come at you by stealing the pieces for all the 18, while also making an appearance as the 19th person who shouldn't exist.
あなたに自らが魔女であることを認めさせる手で来るでしょう
That's fair actually. I mean... Yeah, so you suspect one of the 18. So he has to suspect one of the 18, and then if Beatrice gradually kills off the 18... Was it the 18 that had some sort of weird-ass pact? And, you know, I'm gonna... Or maybe it's just some sort of really weird arranged killing. Like, I'm gonna kill this person, and then I'm gonna die, and then you're gonna finish the job off, and stuff like that. Or maybe it could potentially be, you know, Beatrice all along. That's what Battler may think. I don't want that. It's really, really surprising that Battler is just making... I mean, this arguably is one of the biggest reasons he actually lost the last game. It just so surprises me that he's going into this different move. Yeah, for them you will be forced to accept that your opponent is a witch.
魔法を見せつけることで強引に屈服させる恫喝的手法がもはや通じない以上
After all, now that the intimidation approach has failed, trying to force you to surrender by showing you
あの
magic.
子にさせるのは成功法だけなのですから
Yeah, the only remaining option is everyone to
上
attack.
等だ
Perfect.
もうハったりは通用しねえぜ
Oh yeah, I like that. Bluffing won't work anymore. I mean, obviously he can put on all of these confident fronts, sure, but he needs to actually do stuff with this.
気をつけて
Agreed. Yeah, be careful.
まやかしは魔女の最も得意とするとこ
Oh
ろ
my god, yeah, this is coming from Virgilia's mouth. I think this is valid. Yeah, deception is what witches are best at. Like,
あの子が何を言おうと何を見せようと
no matter what your opponent says or shows you.
あなたが信じる真実を決して脅かすこと
Oh,
な
that
ど
is
でき
interesting.
ないのです
It will not. Maybe it will. I don't agree with that. You decide for yourself, though. It's your decision to make. It will not be able to threaten the truth that you believe
そ
in.
れを忘れないで
Wait, no, actually, if you believe in the truth... No, I disagree. Because if it's something that could... Let's say the witch has accidentally made a deception that in their eyes was a good move, but in your eyes, you know, has proved to be a bad move, then you use this to your advantage, and that does affect positively the truth you actually have. In theory. Yeah, I like that though. That's good. Sure.
そう何度も同じ手が通用してたまるかってんだ
Well, he kind of has, but yeah. Sip up all for the same moves over and
出
over.
てこいよベアトリーチェ
Oh my god, what? Not here? Come on out, Beatrice.
始めようぜ
Let's get started.
すでに勝負のテーブルに着席しておるわ
This is an odd song. I don't think I've heard this one before. No, I haven't, no. I'm already seated at the table of the contest.
わらわの手番もすでに終了
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, because all of this, these 6 killings, that's her turn.
マダムを敵に回すことになるとは
Oh my god, to think we would end up having Madam as our foe.
厄介ですね、お嬢様。
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. This will not be easy, my lady.
手の内をだいぶ読まれますよ。
Oh, these will be read thoroughly.
構わん
I cannot, of
お嬢
course.
様の指し手などすでに時代遅れの皇帝
Combine that with Battler's mind. I don't know what's going to happen, but it's not going to be very good. But now, teacher's moves are all old-fashioned
恐れ
classics.
るに足りぬわ
Yeah, you are naive. I kind of see what Virgilia actually means. Naive, reckless.
あなたが
What the
私
fuck?
の教えた古典以
How
上
are
の
you
何
here?
をさせる
Oh
の
my god, I did not expect her to actually be in the same place Beatrice is. That really surprises me. So just what moves can you make beyond the classics I taught you?
期待していますよベアトリーチ
I look forward to seeing Beatrice.
いいのかバトラー
You okay with this, Battler?
魔女を否定するそなたが魔女を軍師につけても
I know, but at the same time, the conflicting truths argument actually helps it.
くだらねえ挑発は無用だ。
Oh, I love that. Your stupid provocation is
こい
pointless.
つは俺の相談役。いや、セコンドだ。
This is my advisor. No, my second.
ガチンコで殴り合うのは、俺とお前だってことには何の変化もない。
Oh, yeah, that doesn't change one bit. This is a fist fight between you and me. And that's actually really quite interesting. Yeah, it doesn't really change the fact that they're fighting and they're obviously fighting for the truth. Because it's still happening.
分かっておる
I understand.
よちよちのお前には自転車にも補助輪が必要だろ
God, one as wobbly as yourself probably needs training wheels on his bicycle.
好き
Fucking
に
hell.
するがよ
Do as you like.
いさあ始めろ
Come, let us begin.
お前の手番だ
It's yours. Oh, yeah, that's going to be interesting. No, but at the same time, I don't really think what Beatrice is saying is that valid. You can, with help, get to the same position that somebody without help has got to. It doesn't even matter about your skill in some situations. Maybe Battle Ice can utilize Virgilia's help to improve his skill so much so. Like, Virgilia's not going to do it all for him, obviously. We can't forget that. But, you know, the utilization of her help, it's going to be really useful. Right, I really
事
want
件
to.
現場の再構築から始める。
It's an interesting theme. I'm gonna take a break for a sec. Right, okay, I'm back now, and yeah, I like this piece of music. Oh, I'll tell you what I don't like, though, the fact that it's fucking impossible to get into this jump. There we go. Right. Okay, let's see what this actually is. I do wonder what's actually going to be happening here. God, I should really get a new jump. This one's so fucking ripped. Right, it's really quite groovy. I think it kind of goes with, you know, solving a massive mystery and, you know, let's actually begin with the reconstruction of this crime scene. This is going to be really quite interesting.
さっさと頼む。
Wait, hang on a second. What? Virgilia, quickly, please.
最初の遺体発見はシャノンから
The first corpse discovered was Shannon's.
屋敷内の1階客間より発見されました
She was found in the parlor on the first floor of the mansion.
扉と窓は施錠され密室を構成しています
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah, the doors and the windows were locked, and a closed room was established. Of course, it's a closed room. Don't tell me every single one's a closed room.
ベアトに説明要求。
Berto, I need some
密
details.
室の定義を再確認。
Let's reconfirm the definition of a closed room. Indeed.
密室の定義は内外の出入りが一切隔絶された室内を指す
Yeah, fair actually. Yeah, the term closed room refers to a room where the inside and the outside are completely cut off from each other. Oh, that's actually fair enough, yeah. Yeah, so the inside without external means is inaccessible if you're in the outside.
当然内外からの一切の侵入脱出はおろか干渉もでき
Yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting. So when Beatrice actually calls something a closed room, that could potentially be indicative of the fact that, you know, there is nothing that can possibly affect anything in the room itself. You couldn't even, I don't know, for example, there's no, I don't know, crack in the door where you could have thrown a knife through, for example. Nothing whatsoever. Naturally, it would be possible to even affect things across that boundary line, much less enter or escape
それは
across
包
it.
括的
Yeah.
に隠し扉の否定 外部干渉の余地一切の否定を含む。
Yeah. This includes an all-inclusive denial of the existence of hidden doors, as well as as well as all possibility of the intervention from the outside.
以後この定義を
Henceforth, this term shall be referred
ベ
to
ア
as...
トリーチェの密室定義と呼称する。
I love that Beatrice's closed room definition.
細部確認
That's just such a corny way of calling it. Like, you get a closed room, and then you have Beatrice's closed room. Let's focus in a bit.
外部干渉の余地の定義とは
Oh, yeah, good one. Yeah, how do you define all possibility of intervention from the outside?
外部から釣り糸やら長くて細い棒やらなどを使って直接的に干渉するあらゆる余地だ。
That could actually be really quite interesting. Could you imagine? Oh my god, I just thought of something really quite funny. Could you imagine killing somebody by getting a fishing line? I don't know, somehow making it so that the fishing line goes on their neck and then just, you know, using your maximum strength to actually pull. And yeah, I don't really think they'd be alive much. Oh, god, that fucking hurt. That really, really would. Scary thought.
つまり扉や窓にはそのような小細工を混ぜる隙間すらもないと判断せよ。
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, in conclusion, there are no gaps in the doors and windows through which such tricks will work. Right, we've got to be really quite careful. If Beatrice ever says it's a closed room in red, we've always got to think, is it Beatrice's closed room, or is it just a closed room?
どうかな
I don't know if something that small would come up, but at the same time, it's just worth knowing it just to be benefited a little bit more. I wonder about
仮
that.
に隙間がなくてもリモコンなどの電波は干渉できるはずだぜ
Even if there wasn't a gap, you should be able to interfere with radio waves like a remote control, right? I mean, fair enough, but I don't really understand what that would do apart from communication. Very well.
電波などそれに類する遠隔操作技術も干渉不可能であ
Oh,
る。
yeah, fair enough, actually. Oh, I just thought of something really quite funny. So you could, in theory, have some sort of drone that, when controlled by you, slices the person's neck, and then it kills them. And then it, I don't know, does a few blows to the heart as well. Why not add that extra pain in there? Very well, I add this to the definition of the interference due to radio waves and related methods of remote control shall be impossible.
客間には内線電話もあるぜ
No phone line. Yeah, there's also an extension
そ
telephone in
れ
the
と連
parlor.
動した仕掛けは遠隔操作にはならねえのか
A device connected to that wouldn't count as remote control, right? Oh, yeah, I see that actually. That's fair enough.
電話はすでに使用不能だろうが。
Yeah. Oh, fuck, what? What the fuck is calling me? That's nothing. Right. I think it might just be a call center.
ああ、もう面倒だ。
Oh, whatever.
それも含めようぜ。
Yeah, so basically just any external tricks whatsoever is basically what Beatrice is trying to say. Oh, whatever, I'll include that
直
too.
接間接のあらゆる方法で室外よりの密室内への干渉は不可能だ。
All direct and indirect methods of interfering with the inside of the closed room from the outside are impossible.
声やノックは
What about a voice or a knock?
密室に入らずに外部から干渉できるはずだぜ
That's fair. Those should be able to interfere from the outside without somebody entering the room, right?
密室であっても声をかけることやノックは不可能だ。
Yeah, fair. Even though it's a closed room, it probably isn't impossible for someone to knock or call out, but what can that
意
do?
思疎通の可否は密室の定義に反しない。
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. The closed room definition does not cover whether transmission of intent across the boundary is possible or not. So you could say, somebody outside the door could say, kill yourself now! And then a person inside could actually kill themselves and boom. Rational explanation, obviously. Yeah, in theory. Yeah, it's interesting though.
つまり外部との伝達方法までは途絶していると定義できないんだな。
So that could in theory make it so that maybe there's some sort of pact related thing. Maybe the servants are all in on this together with that conclusion. In other words, you can't make it so your definition includes the blockage of all methods of communication with the outside. Because it doesn't directly interfere with the inside of the room. That is indeed the case.
了解したぜ。
Understood.
シャノンちゃんの客間はそのベアトリーチェの密室定義
In
を
theory, it
満た
does,
す
yeah.
ってんだな。
So Shannon Charles, oh, that's really bad because you don't fully know whether it satisfies the definition or not. So Shannon Charles' parlor satisfies Beatrice's closed room definition, right?
その通りだ。
Correct. Not in red. She could be lying. Yeah, closed room definition, understood.
バルゲリア、続けてくれ。
Continue, Radigidia. Oh god, yes.
シャノンの遺体
Oh,
は
interesting.
マスターキー1本を所持。
Oh yeah, Shannon's corpse was in possession of one master
発
key.
見した親族
One
が
master
これ
key,
を
good.
回収。
The relatives who discovered her collected this. Now use that with Kinzo. Link them together.
ベアトに復唱要求。
Berto, repeat it.
今回のマスターキーの本数は
Oh yeah, how many master keys this time?
前回と同じ。
The same as last time.
各使用人が1本ずつ。
Oh, right, okay. There were 5, one for each servant.
ってことは密室にはまだならねえってわけさ。
Which means it still wasn't a closed room.
マスターキーはまだ4本余ってる。
There were still... Yeah, fair actually. Yeah, there were still 4 master keys left.
シャノンちゃんを殺害後、4本の鍵のいずれかで
Yeah,
施錠
fair
する
actually.
だけの話だ。
But at the same time, that would give the impression that there could potentially be some sort of really severe thing going on with all the servants. And with that assumption, it could either be the servants who have actually stolen the master keys, or maybe somebody else could have. But who's that somebody else? And it is not a 19th person. Yeah, definitely.
その通りでございます。
Correct.
そして見つかったのはマスターキーだけではありませんよ。
Seriously? And it wasn't only a master key that was found. What else was found?
はい。遺体のすぐ
Oh, that is
紋章
weird.
入りの養鶏封筒が。
Oh, that is interesting. Alongside the corpse, there was a Western envelope with the family crest.
中に手紙はなく、2階客室の鍵が入っていました。
Oh! Oh, that is interesting. So that definitely gives you the impression that, you know, the culprit wants the body to be discovered. This could obviously, if you ask me, this just gives me the impression that the culprit wants to spike immediate fear into everybody as soon as possible, to have no time wasted. Hmm.
2階客室の鍵。
The key to a second floor guest room. It is really quite odd.
2階客室の扉をマスターキー以外に唯一開けることができる鍵だという定義でいいのか。
The only key other than the master key that can open the door to the second floor guest room. Is that definition correct? That is interesting. So if there is potentially some sort of second key, then that means the master key plus X amount of second keys, I suppose. And there could be more than one key for another of these for one of these second room doors, because obviously there are 5 servants. There's got to be. There is no problem. Oh, never mind. And unlike the master keys, only one of those exists. Yeah, that's quite convenient. Still, could potentially disprove the closed room. But at the same time, if you're using human motives, why was this in Shannon's room, really? It doesn't make much sense. Only one of those exists. No, but the only thing is, this kind of invalidates it as a closed room. Because of the fact that... No, if there was someone else in there, they probably just... I don't know, they've probably given this envelope while they've actually killed Shannon. Or maybe it could invalidate the fact that it's a closed room because of the fact that, you know, there were 4 other servant master keys that were there, but obviously all the servants have them and they're fucking dead. So that doesn't help much either. In other words, apart from the 5 master keys... Yeah, there will be only one key that can unlock certain... Yeah, fair, yeah. Yeah, that's quite convenient. Yeah. Now, I wonder who the culprit's going to be. I bet you it's going to be Kanon. In other words, this is a message telling them to go to the 2nd floor guest room next. So the adults moved to the 2nd floor guest room, right? Yes. Yeah, of course. Typical. The door to the 2nd floor guest room was locked, and a magic circle was drawn on it. The relatives unlocked it with a key that they had found near Shannon's corpse. I'm actually really quite surprised. I thought it would have been Kanon because of the fact... It would have made sense if it was Kanon because of the fact that the culprit could potentially want to get as much shock and as much inconvenience and as much irrationality as possible. But no. Inside, Kumasawa's corpse was discovered. Oh, of course it was. It was a closed room. Yeah, one that satisfied Beatrice's closed room definition. Virgilia is trustworthy, but like she said herself, witches are gods at deception. She should repeat that in red. She's very trustworthy, but still, I would feel a little bit more. I would feel a little bit more reassured if she repeated it in red. Kumasawa was in possession of 1 master key. Yeah. The relatives collected this. What? That is so weird. And like in Shannon's case, there was a Western envelope discovered alongside her. Inside was the key to the 3rd floor waiting room. I do find it really quite ironic that we don't even know the magical means of killing Kumasawa, by the way. We don't know the human way, we don't know the human truth, but we also don't know the magical truth. One master key. Yeah. Western envelope alongside the 3rd floor waiting room. Interesting that, you know, they're going up floors. The relatives moved to the 3rd floor waiting room. Yeah, so there was a magic circle on the door to the 3rd floor waiting room, and that door was locked. Of course he's predicted it. Gorda? Wait, hang on a second. That is actually really quite weird. Wait, I thought Gorda was killed outside. I'm so confused. No, wait, Gorda was killed in the kitchen, wasn't he? Wait, I've got to check this real quick. Gorda was killed in the kitchen. Oh shit, his body has been moved. Oh my god, that adds so many inaccuracies. Jesus Christ. The room was a closed room. One that satisfied Beatrice's closed room definition. Oh, that is bad. Yeah. Gorda was in possession of
こ
one
れを
master key.
親族が回収。
The relatives collected this.
そしてこれまで同様に紋章入りの養鶏封筒を発見。
And like up until now, a Western envelope with the family seal was discovered.
中より2階貴賓室の鍵が。
Oh, so that's canon. Inside of which was the key to the second floor VIP
親
room.
族は2階貴賓室へ移動。
The relatives moved to the second floor VIP room. Interesting that it's going 1, 2, 3, and then it will probably go 3, 2, well, no, 2, 1. Yeah. Because I forgot there are only 5 people, not 6 people, in these rooms. Closed rooms, let me add. Beatrice's closed rooms, let me add. What's going on here?
何を企んでやがる。
Yeah, what's going on here? What are you planning? Oh, you really think she's gonna say?
そう睨むほどのものでもあるまい。
There's no need to glare, is there?
密室ではあるが、それを開けるマスターキーはま
Yes,
だ
definitely,
何
yeah.
本もあるではないか。
Yeah, maybe a closed room, but there were still multiple master keys that could open it, right?
律儀にマスターキー以外の固有の鍵も申請している。
Oh, yeah, that is actually really quite interesting because of the fact that each key leads to the next room. I mean, it is really quite interesting. Why would each key that is placed there, if it was done in accordance... What if humans did it and there was some sort of... Well, I don't know. If the servants ruled in on the crime, you would have thought that it wouldn't be this inaccurate, but at the same... Because... Oh, because of the fact that it would entirely determine on which... corpse is discovered first. If you discover the corpse in the second room firstly, then you're going to want to go up to the third room, and then you're going to go down, obviously. It's just interesting that, you know, they have placed it with the assumption that the first key that's going to be discovered is the one on the first floor, and yet that's actually happened. But at the same time, that's realistic because the parlour is the most visited room. One of the most visited, at least, if it's not the most visited.
気に入らねえ展開だぜ。
Yeah, I don't know where this is going. Fair enough, yeah.
展開は読めてきた。
But I'm starting to see how
こ
it
の
will
調子
turn
で
out.
6人続いてくってわけか。
Yeah. So it continues like this for all 6 people.
はい、その通りです。
Oh shit. Yes, that is
2階
correct.
貴賓室にて源氏の遺体を発
Genji?
見。
Oh, I thought it was Kanon. Inside the second floor VIP room, Genji's corpse was discovered. Maybe Kanon's going to
マ
be
スタ
the
ー
last
キー
corpse.
1本を回収。
One master key was
地
collected.
下ボイラー室の鍵を発見。
The key to the underground boiler room was discovered. That is odd. That is really quite surprising. What about Kanon, though?
地下ボイラー室へ移動。
It's like a bloody treasure hunt to find the corpses. Let me into the
地
underground
下
boiler
ボ
room.
イラー室にて金蔵の遺体を発見。
Yeah.
礼拝堂の鍵を
Oh,
発
that is
見。
interesting. The key to the chapel was... Oh, that is odd. No, but at the same time, that doesn't really make much sense. Could this be a warning of what's going to happen to the next people? I don't know. That's odd. The fact that the chapel was significant. The key to the chapel was discovered.
礼拝堂に移動。
Oh, shit. Was Kanon killed here?
礼拝堂にてカノ
Oh
ン
my
の遺体を発見。
Inside the chapel, Kanon's corpse was discovered. That's
マ
so
スター
random,
キ
though.
ー1本を回収。
That's actually really quite interesting that, you know, out of all the people, Kanon has probably got, like, the most honourable place to die. Shows that he fought the most, I suppose. I don't know, though. But I don't know, what about Shannon? What about Genji? One master key was collected.
1階客間の鍵を発見。
The key to the first floor parlour was discovered. Oh, that is interesting. Oh, yeah.
That is 6名の遺体発見の再構
That is
築を終了
interesting.
します。
With this, our reconstruction of how all 6 courses were discovered is complete. Yeah.
補足です。
An addendum. What the
金
fuck?
蔵の遺体の傍らで発見された
Oh yeah, of course,
養
yeah.
鶏封筒には礼拝堂の鍵と一緒に手紙が同封されておりました。
Along with the key to the chapel, a letter was enclosed in the western envelope found near
手
Kinzo's
紙の内
corpse.
容はすでにご確認の通り、
Yeah, the contents of the letter were as you saw.
碑文の謎を解くよう改めて催促する内容です。
It further urged the relatives to solve the riddle with the epitaph. I wonder if maybe analysing that could potentially be a good move. I don't think so. I think it's kind of irrelevant compared to all of the closed room related things, but maybe to get more understanding of a motive that could potentially be human. I don't know though. It's hard to tell.
ってことは
In that case,
なんだよこれ。
what's going on?
最後のカノン君のところに一番最初のシャノンちゃんの客間の鍵があったってこと
Yeah,
は。
exactly. It is quite odd. I was thinking about that. Yeah, if the last case, how were they meant to get in? Where was the first place that they were actually meant to go to, located at? If the last place where Kanon was had the key to the very first room, the parlor where Shannon was.
密室が6つ。呪術つなぎになってるってことなのか。
Shit, no, I see that actually. Yeah, that makes 6 closed rooms all tied together, right?
その通り。
Oh, I like that image. It's very accurate as well. I mean, yeah, that is correct.
6つの密室が数珠つなぎになっておる。
The 6 closed rooms are all tied
そ
together.
れぞれを解錠する鍵はそれぞれ隣り合う密室によって閉じ込められている。
Yeah. No, but at the same time, I don't really think you could fully assign a closed room to this. What if, for example, you had this key, you unlock this room, and then you go kill this person, add the key there, the door's already unlocked, so you can get this person in, get that key, let's just say that key came from here, and then you can use that key to, I know you could, no, you plant the next key, not using random examples, plant the next key there, then you plant the next key, then you plant the next key here after doing that, here. Then you may be able to get back to, you reach an inconsistency when you're here though, I think. So you have a key, you open the door. So I'm assuming if you have a key, you open the door, you have all 6 keys. Let's just say there's this one murderer who does this. Key, and also... No, but it kind of depends on whether they had all of the keys to the other rooms, or if they only had one of them. I don't know.
つまり6つの密室が1つの巨大
Oh my
密
god.
室を形成し
I mean, my god, if you can tell that this is not going to be confusing as fuck, if you can tell that this is going to be confusing as fuck from this, then yeah, you are... I agree with you. In other words, the 6 closed rooms form one massive closed room.
そ
Yeah,
の
yeah,
中
yeah.
に全てのマスターキーと固有鍵全てを閉じ込めてしまっているのだ
God, and all of the master keys as well as the individual room keys are shut up inside it.
6つの部屋の扉や窓はいずれも普通
Furthermore, all of the doors on the windows on the 6 rooms are
オートロ
normal.
ックのような鍵を使用せず施錠できるような仕掛けは存在しない
No device exists which can lock them without a key, such as an auto lock. Oh shit.
どうだよ綺麗なもんだろ
I don't think so. I do not think this is beautiful. If you think 6 closed rooms and 6 people killed is beautiful, then yeah, you are weird. But this is Beatrice we're talking about here. Normal isn't a word that applies. I mean, just look at her expression at the moment. I just love that everything is as difficult as possible. I do wonder what Basila's first move is going to be.
そのあたりに品がございます。
Donovan the counselor, I don't know. That is not dignified. when none of them rebuked her, Berto stuck her tongue at him without showing any signs of shame. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
悪い悪い
Sorry,
つい
sorry.
ついバトラと遊んでるとご機嫌になってしまうのでな
I wonder when Nonofe's gonna stop making these remarks so that she stops having to make these excuses. Playing with Battler just put me in such a good mood.
それでバトラ
So, Battler.
お前の指し手はどうなんだ
Yeah, what do you think of my move?
特に思いつかないん
Oh,
な
wait,
ら
isn't
わらわがヤギたちに遺体を運ばせて
God. So easily making him give in. If you can't think of anything in particular, well, I wouldn't mind showing you how I made the goats carry the call. Yes.
魔法にて全ての扉を封じるところを特別に見せてやってもいいんだぜ
And see all of the rooms of magic, okay?
好きに
Oh,
しろ
God. Do as you want.
お前の主張する魔法説として拝聴しとく
Oh. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. I'll listen respectfully to this magic theory that you claim is true.
だが俺はお前の主張とは全く異なる人間説を
However, I can claim my
お
human
前の
theory.
主張に一切干渉されることなく主張することができる
Fair enough, actually. Yeah, I can claim my human theory, even though it's completely different from yours, without any interference from your claim.
それはつまり
In other
お
words...
前のざれ事に耳を貸す必要は何もないってことさ
yeah, there's no need for me to pay attention to your bullshit. Jesus
好きに
Christ.
魔法の杖でも振るって七色の魔法で扉を閉めるところでも実演してろってんだ
Go ahead and show me how you can lock the door with your multicolored magic simply by waving your
となって
magic
そのうち
staff.
ガマの油と万能包丁の実演も始まる
Oh my
ぜ
Just like those guys with their toad oil and all-purpose kitchen knives. I wonder what that does.
事件現場を再構築
Oh, that's interesting. Vigilia, let's reconstruct the
穴を
crime
探
scene.
すぜ
Search for her weakness. She's gonna do it as opposed to you?
全員は間違いなく死亡してるのか
Oh, yeah, that is a good question. Yeah, well, they're all definitely dead.
誰かが死んだふりしてんならこんなの3つでも何でもね
Yeah, if one of them is just playing dead, this isn't a closed room at all. Yeah, that's understandable. No 19 person as well, so no easy way out. No infinite devil's proof as well, I suppose. I love how cold he is though, it's hilarious. Not a close room at all.
南條は全員
Oh
の死亡を
fuck.
確認
Yeah, that's a good move though. Not to confirm that all of them
た
were
だ
dead.
し誤信律の否定は悪魔の証明により不可能
True action. Oh, that is a really, really good move. Due to the devil's proof, it is impossible to deny the possibility of a wrong
つまり
diagnosis.
誰
Fair.
かが生きているのを南條が見逃した可能性をゼロにすることはできません
In other words, the child cannot make the likelihood that Nanjo overlooked them being alive equal to 0. That's actually understandable, but at the same time, it's just... to be fair, you could have really, really good makeup. Just look at, for example, acting in a film. You know, look at how well people actually fake, you know, murder-related incidents there. And, you know, they've... And, I mean, pretty dire example, but really, really gory films as well. Like, they can fake unimaginable things. So, my point is, it would be probably... It wouldn't be easy, but it would be doable to fake this stabbing. No, but you could actually fake it, to be fair. Beta blockers. Use one of those. No, but at the same time, the pockets have been checked by everyone. Oh, I don't know. If somebody else was in on the crime, somebody could use a beta blocker so that people, when checking heart rhythm, don't actually feel anything. But then, I don't know, let's say Nanjo was in on the crime, he could take the beta blocker and then he could just, you know, disappear with it. Or he could just make it completely... Wait, by the way, it's interesting. Nanjo could potentially be in on everything and he could just be wrongly diagnosing things because he's bloody evil. But that's not the case. I don't believe in Nanjo being evil. Yeah, fair, yeah, here it is, that devil's proof.
だがそいつをぶった切る剣は存在する
But there exists a sword that can carve that top.
なんだよ
What's up with them?
わらわをのけものにして楽しそうだな
Looks like having a good time leaving me out of the discussion. Oh, she'll have her moment.
わらわは対戦者であるぞ
No, but at the same time, you can't just discuss with your opponent. You need to discuss with your friends as well, your allies.
少しは構えというのに
I feel like Beatrice is actually developing feelings for Battler. I'm not even joking. Doesn't he have any time to spare for me?
本来チェスを対戦するのにあたり
Yeah.
相手とのコミュニケーション
Yeah,
は
I couldn't agree
不
more.
要です
And if anything, she can't really say much with, you know, none of it literally being right next to her. Fundamentally speaking, communication with one's opponent is not necessary to the act of competing in chess.
お嬢様は指し手以外のコミュニケーションによって煙に巻いていった
Every time you communicated with him outside of making your moves, you've used that opportunity to confuse him.
そ
Oh
れ
yeah,
に
definitely,
惑
yeah.
わされないということはつまり
Fair
こういう
enough,
こ
actually,
と
yeah.
なのでしょう
Perhaps this is the result of him not wanting to be led astray. God, she sounds really quite depressed.
なぜだか納得がいかね
And suspicious as well, obviously. But that's reasonable at the same time. What could they be discussing? And, you know, Virgilia as well, she has a lot of skill. Arguably, maybe even more than Beatrice. The thing is, though she may have more skill than Beatrice, what they're trying to do is a little bit more difficult than Beatrice, if you ask me. Like, I think Beatrice has the advantage in all amounts, all possible sectors. But at the same time, Virgilia's stuff, it's just a lot more difficult in general, and Battler's as well. Not wanting to be led astray.
お嬢様はチェスを挑んでいるはずではないのですか
You're challenging him to a chess match, are you not? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
それもそうだが
That's true, but... She sounds so annoyed. Beatrice puffed out her cheeks as though to say, I don't know why, but I don't like it. She either really has a suspicion, or maybe, you know, she's really quite lonely and, you know, obviously boredom. She just craves attention so much because if she doesn't, she'll just be continuously bored. It's not good. Because the police have not yet arrived at the crime scene, the human side's ability to inspect the scene is limited. Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, fair enough, actually,
厳密な
yeah.
死亡確認のため復唱要求することを推奨します
Oh, good one. Yeah, for a strict confirmation of death, I recommend that you have that child repeat it in red.
よっしゃここで叩くぜ復讐要求だ
Okay, that's a wild strike. Repeat it.
被害者6人は全員
It's
死亡
such a
してい
goofy
る
pose. The 6 victims are all dead.
お嬢様
Ooh.
復讐要求が出ておりますよ
Ooh. Just totally rubbing it in.
おいぼんやりするな
Oh, hey, enough lazing
復讐
around.
拒否か
Do you refuse to repeat
こ
it?
こからが戦闘開始だ
Yeah, this is where our battle starts.
おったとった
That is just so... Oh my god. I just found that really quite funny because even Beatrice, she sounds really, really courageous when expressing pain.
すまぬすまぬいいぞ応じるぞ
I love that somebody just pinched her. She is totally zoning out though, my god. It's really quite uncharacteristic though. I mean, Battler has basically just left her for a second, and yet she's getting this lonely. It's really quite surprising. So that's fine, I'll answer. Oh shit. Is she actually going to be able to do
金
so?
蔵源氏シャノンカノンゴーダ
Oh
熊沢の
my
6人は
God.
死亡している
Oh, that is bad. Yep, no possibility of there being any fakery. Oh, that's really bad. When were they dead? When? They are all dead, but that doesn't determine the time in which they were killed. Kinzo, I think, is automatically eliminated because of his age. Any other one, though? Maybe Kumasawa as well. Any other one could have, I think.
何をぼんやりしてるんだか。
No, I see that. Why are you so out of it?
よし、
Okay.
まずは一つ引き出したぞ。
Yeah, so I've already got one out of you.
死んだ
Red
ふりって
counter,
王
number
道
one.
はまず否定されたな。
We'll start by... Oh, I like this. There's a little bit of an arrangement of the theme where, you know, whenever Battler has a breakthrough, it's played. We'll start by denying the classic trick where the victims are playing dead. Oh. Yeah, fair.
もはや手加減などせぬぞ。
Ooh.
好きなだけ来るがよ。
I won't go easy on you anymore. Come at me how you like.
次々斜め切りにしてくれるわ。
Sound a little bit confident there, Beatrice? Will you?
続けて復唱要求。
Then repeat this. Take advantage if she
6つの
can't
部屋
repeat
に
it.
は誰も隠れていない。
Nobody is hiding it. You can repeat that, I think.
俺たちが認識していない人物の存在を否定してみせろ。
Let's see how you deny the existence of people we aren't aware of.
どうする
Oh shit, I'll answer.
6
Oh,
つの部屋
she
には
can.
誰も隠れていない。
Is not was. Is, i.e. now, was in the past. Could that potentially be indicative of the fact that there was somebody hiding in the six rooms? Who
よ
knows?
し、
And this could be orchestrated by somebody?
これで6人だけの缶
I don't
詰
know
は
if that's valid.
確定だな。
No, I'm sure it's only the 6 of them in the can. yeah.
そして死んだふりもな
The
い。
can! Yeah. And they aren't pretending to be dead. Fair.
どうするどうする
This acid is really quite unexpected. What will you do? Oh no, I know. I really do
人
wonder.
間にはもはやどうしようもないであろうが。
As if a human could manage anything, but Battler is becoming a machine. Just specifically designed for your game.
おとなしく、わらわが素敵な魔法で鍵を
Obediently,
自由自在に
KYS
するところをひざまずいて拝見しろよ。
Obediently, kneel to the fact that I can control locks at will with my wonderful magic, okay?
寝言言ってろ。
Quit babbling.
さらに復唱要求だ。
Yeah, I love that. Just no room for Beatrice's crap. Repeat this too.
6人の死亡は即死である。
Yes.
即死
Instant death.
ほう。どういう意味だそれは。
No, that is actually a good point. I do wonder.
犠牲者の一人が瀕死の状態で部屋まで逃げ延び
Oh, that is understandable actually. Yeah, it means that there's a possibility that a single victim on the verge of death managed to escape into the room.
内側から施錠して密室を作った後
Fair, actually,
生き絶
yeah.
えた可能性もあるということですよ
And after locking it from the inside to create a closed room, they passed away.
密室殺人の5点ですか。
Yeah, I see. A classic closed room murder
致
trick.
命傷を与え、しばらく後に死ぬことを確実と
Yes,
した場合
definitely, because then you can make it look like a closed room if you obviously get the latex gloves on. Well, latex... I've heard that latex gloves don't even work anymore. There is some sort of weird way of finding them out. Finding fingerprints out. I can't remember what exactly. Well, I mean, I suppose you could inspect the surface that has actually been touched by the latex gloves for some sort of latex residue. I don't know if that actually exists or not. You'd have to do a very in-depth chemical analysis. Oh, I love this track though. It's really good. It is possible for a closed room to be constructed unexpectedly if the victim holds up inside the room to escape the murder. Yeah, fair. Yeah, fair. Yeah. Yes, understandable. This is actually really quite interesting. Like, if you are a murderer and then this happens, total advantage.
その可能性を否定するには
In order to deny the
赤
possibility.
き真実にて6人は即死であったことを宣言する必要がありますよ。
In order to deny the possibility, you will need to proclaim that the 6 died instantly with the red truth.
よかろうよかろう。赤き宝刀にて切り伏せよう。
I'll slay you with my red treasured sword.
6人は即死であった。
Fuck. That's really, really bad. The 6 died instantly.
即死とはつまり攻撃を受けて即座に行動不能になったという意味だ。
Like, died instantly. I mean, the targets instantly became incapable of action after being... God, it's in red as well. Fucking hell.
完全な意味での死亡には数秒もしくは数分をかけたかもしれん。
Yes, that is actually really quite interesting. So they were powerless to do anything and they had instantly been attacked and they had been on the verge of death. But from when they had actually died, they could have potentially locked the door and created a fake closed room. But at the same time, why would they create a fake closed room if the killer has already tried to actually kill them? Like, why wouldn't the killer do that? Well, it might still have taken them several seconds or minutes to die in the complete sense of the word. Yeah, fair.
だがいずれにせよ自らの意志で何かの行動を取ることは
right, never mind what I
完
said.
全に不可能
It wasn't even that relevant anyway. But regardless, it was completely impossible for them to take any actions of their own
そ
will.
の意味において即死と断言できる。
In that sense, I confirm they suffered instant deaths.
ここまでは古典の確認だ。
Yeah, there's none of them. That's the bad thing. Up until this point, I've been checking for the classic tricks.
お前との密室対決はここからだぜ。
Yes, I know. I really do wonder where he's going to begin. Now's when our showdown over the closed rooms really starts, okay?
犯人は内側にいないなら外にいる。
If the culprit isn't on the inside, they're on the outside. Yeah.
そして外からどうにかして彼らを殺したんだ。
Even though in red, there is no possible way of interfering from the outside. So they somehow killed from outside the room. Oh boy, Beatrice, what do you got planned?
何を血迷うか。
No, I see that. Yeah, have you lost your mind?
密室イコール外部からの殺害は不可能
Yeah.
であろうが。
Yeah, after all, a closed room murder. A closed room equals murder is impossible from the outside, right? Yeah, exactly, yeah. I like this acid.
故に魔法殺人しかありえない。
That's why only a magical murder would be possible. I see Beatrice going a lot less easy in the amount of time she's actually trying to emphasize her point of it being magic.
いいや違うね。
No, that's wrong.
殺人は現に起こった。イコール密室ではないが正しいのさ。
What? Oh, that's actually really quite interesting. So no matter how much it looks like a closed room, find something that disproves it. The right approach is a murder really happened equals it isn't a closed room. Maybe a good place to start could be the fact that there was a chapel key in Genji's... I think it was Genji. Yeah, maybe not. I was thinking, what if the chapel key had been obtained by some... What if the chapel key was in the room of a dead servant that wasn't Genji, or obviously wasn't near Kinzo either? Doesn't really make much sense though. Because I was thinking that maybe there could be some sort of means of having transported the keys. It's tricky. No matter how much you try to trick me, this definitely isn't a closer. I like that.
密室に見えるだけのまがいものだ。
It's a sham that only looks like one.
し
Right.
かしバトラさん、
Devil's proof moment. Oh yeah. However,
室内には
Matara-sama.
犠牲者しかおらず、
Only the victims are inside
そ
the
れ以外の
rooms.
人物は室内には存在しておりません。
Yeah, that is quite tricky. Yeah, only the victims are inside the room, and no other people exist inside the rooms.
そしてお嬢様の密室定義により、
Yeah. By Milady's close room
遠
definition,
隔殺人も明確
they
に
have
否定
been.
され
That's
て
the
おります。
problem. Remote murders from outside the room have been clearly denied, have they not? They
ま
have
あち
been.
な、
Wait,
遠隔殺人の定義は広大だぜ。
yeah, I suppose so. I suppose so. I mean, yeah, remote murders is pretty broad, right?
何も部屋の外から釣り糸を引っ張って室内の犠牲者を絞め殺したとか、
It's not just about pulling a fishing line from outside the
そ
room.
んなのばかりじゃね
Yeah, and strangling the victim inside the room. That's hilarious. You could, in theory, do that.
え。例えば
For
トラッ
example,
プだって立派な遠隔殺人だ。
no hidden doors, said in red. For example, a trap would make an excellent remote murder.
トラップ
A trap?
ほう、それは何か。
And what that might be?
一例だが、彼らにあらかじめ決められた部屋に入る。
Just as an example, let's say that they were instructed to enter rooms that somebody had picked out beforehand.
内側から施錠して自ら密室を作り出すように指示を出す。
And lock the doors from the inside to create the closed rooms themselves.
そして室内には彼らがそれとは知らないトラップが仕掛けられており、
Trap was set up in the rooms that they didn't
そ
know
れによ
about.
って彼らは殺された。
And that's what... That is actually a really quite reasonable explanation.
これなら矛盾は生じない。
It doesn't, to be fair. How's that? That doesn't contradict anything. Why did nobody
問
find
題
it
あ
though?
りません。
There were no
現
problems.
状と整合します。
It does, yeah. But at the same time, it doesn't really make sense as to why that trap was never discovered when everybody had gone in there. If there was some sort of killer that had been down to actually do all of this, then, you know, firstly, they haven't actually gone in because of the fact that it's a closed room and everything's locked. And secondly, why is it locked as well? Why would they go into a random room and lock it? There would have to be something that is immensely threatening that is happening to them. Maybe it could be some sort of... I don't know, it could be part of the trap. It could be some sort of, I don't know, scream! I'm just thinking of Saya no Uta, the slimy noise Saya makes. That would be a brilliant trap. It really would be. I really want to read... If there are any more Lovecraftian visual novel horrors, I'd love to read them. I love Saya no Uta. It was a great one.
Oh
God, there are no problems on our side
お嬢
either.
様の密室定義にも
It doesn't, to be fair. Yeah, there could well be a trap. Oh, yeah. She's questioning it.
なんだその間抜けな推理は。
Oh, what's with this stupid
い
reasoning?
ずれの室内にも不審なものは
Oh, fuck.
発見されなかったぞ。
Not until you say it in red.
そのトラップはどのような形状なのか。
Oh, she hasn't said it in red to be fair, but I don't know. It could still be reasonable. What form did that trap have? Yeah, that is a fair question.
どう作動したというのか。
And I think an even better question is why did none of the people that had actually gone in see it if it was a closed room that nobody had actually been in? Maybe the person was killed and then the killer had gone in, removed the trap, and then placed it for the next victim or something ridiculous like that. I don't know.
それを6人分。客間、客室。
Yes, I know. It's ironic.
礼拝堂の6つで説明してみせよ。
It's so funny that one theory needs to correspond to all of them. Explain that for all 6 of them. In the parlour, the guest room, the waiting room, the VIP room, the boiler room, and the chapel.
どうだ？できまい。
You don't know that? You can't, can you?
反論拒否。
I refuse to counter that.
それを説明する必要はね
There's no need for me to
え。に
explain.
もかかわらず、俺の主張は揺るがない。
And failing to do so doesn't damage my claim. Yeah, like Beatrice, I suppose.
なんだと？
Oh, I love it. Yeah, it's just really quite interesting because, oh, I get why Beatrice is pissed off because of the fact that, you know, Battler is literally using Beatrice's trick against her. Oh, he's getting good. He really, really is. Beforehand, like, for example, in episode 2, he would have been completely fucked the second it just became absolutely impossible to disprove. Hmm.
ベアトリーチェ、悪魔の証明ですよ。
Really? Yeah, should be. Bitches is a devil's proof.
そのトラップの形状を説明できないことがすなわち。
Fair, he can't because he's never seen it, he can only theorize. The fact that he cannot explain the nature of the trap
トラップ否定の理由にはなり得ない。
does not in itself deny the existence of such a trap. Fair.
うまい。
Well done.
強引ながら見事な一手です。
While overbearing, a wonderful move. I know, I agree. Oh, I do wonder what Beatrice is actually going to do because she's kind of got into a deadlock at the moment.
こいつ、すっかり手慣れおって。
Yeah, definitely. With Wadigiria. Brilliant. Brilliant.
チェック。
They work very well. Check.
発見できていな
Oh,
い
fuck.
殺人トラップ X により、この密室殺人は成立可能だ。
Due to murder trap X that we couldn't find, it would be possible to establish this close room murder. It would be. I see that.
赤き真実にてそのチェックを切る。
God, you know shit is getting real when even Beatrice, like, you heard her there, stammering, not fully confidently saying what she thinks. I mean, absurdity. Absolute absurdity. I'll kill that check with the red truth. Oh no, this could be bad.
6人はトラップで殺されてはいない。
Oh shit. Traps. Plural of trap. Doesn't necessarily disprove that there was... No, Japanese language has no plurals. Never mind. Fuck.
トラップの定義は
And the definition of a trap. Ooh!
あれだ。
That's it.
犠牲者が勝手に引っかかって発動するやつとかだ。
Something that activates when a victim triggers it on their own. Yeah. Oh, that's bad. That is bad.
それだけじゃない。
Oh, and that's not all.
リモコンで発動するとか、タイマーで発動するとか。
Things like these would contradict her definition of a closed room. It also includes things activated by a remote control or
そうい
by
う
a
のも
timer.
ろもろ全部含めたやつだ。
Everything of that sort.
仕掛け人が直接関与することなしに殺人を遂行できる全ての仕掛け。
Yeah, so it refers to all arrangements that could carry out a murder without the direct participation of the one who planned. True,
という
I
定
agree.
義でよ
Yeah,
ろしいかと思い
perhaps
ます
we。might sum it up that way.
どうだ。
How's that?
切り返したぞ。
I've struck back. Yeah, you don't look very confident about it.
人間にこの密室が破れてたまるか。
as if I let a human clutch this closed room. How are you gonna get back at it?
お前も 勝つために必死
Oh
だ。
yeah, definitely, yeah. It's on equal footing now. It's really surprising. What?
どういう意味だ。
Isn't it just so surprising to think what Beatrice did to Battler in episode 2, and now look at this comeback? It's absurd.
Oh
yeah, that's interesting. You're frantically fighting to make me accept your existence. She has to. Oh yeah, same, honestly, same. I don't know, I thought I was just being toyed around with you by... Yeah, by you, one-sidedly. Fair. No, it isn't. Not now. Not now. But that's actually not true. So the thing that is really, really good about this, if Battler finds anything that Beatrice can't actually explain with Red Truth or just anything in that nature, boom, she's screwed. Now, yeah, no, I know. I finally really feel that it's true. This isn't also reflected on me over whether I'll surrender or not. Fair enough, actually. Maybe it could potentially be. Oh. This is a fight between me and... Yeah, you and me on an even footing. Fair. It is, yeah. Okay, now it's starting to get interesting, isn't it? Yeah. No trap whatsoever as well. That's a bad thing. All seats start in closed rooms, and no outsiders were inside. Yeah. And there was no meddling from the outside, and also no traps. Oh yeah, I see that. Yeah, and considering the fact that there are 6 as well, of course. Up until now, I'll probably start suspecting that this had to be the work of magic. Fair. And if you decided to show off some bizarre magic at this moment, yeah, fair, I might have even surrendered. He's not going to do that now whatsoever, though. It's a favourite strategy of yours. Yeah, interesting. That completely overwhelm someone so that they don't really have the rebellious nature to think against it. Show them why your theory is correct. Boom. Fuck them over. Yeah, you intercept all of my moves, and in the moment I've exhausted all my options and fallen to my knees. Yes. When my heart's barriers are at their weakest, you show off some strange magic and take the game all at once. Yeah, because you imagine if Basil is actually going to be able to do this. Well, I mean, he can't. Beatrice doesn't actually believe in humanity. That's the bad thing. That short temper is something this child has always... Oh my god, I see that actually. Yeah. Oh, that could potentially be a really great... Yeah, so victory is in sight, and you rush things to potentially make it look like you may... I suppose... Yeah, yeah, you're more prone to making errors when you're rushing things, so that's a really good advantage. It's really good that Wadagiriya actually knows Beatrice as well. Big advantage there. I don't know, I don't like saying Virgilia. I prefer Wadagiriya, like the Japanese version of it. Wadagiriya. But like, yeah. That's a cool name.
Oh
yeah, she wouldn't. She wouldn't. After all, my lady cannot stand off putting off a match. Shut up. It's Basila's turn, right? Oh, that could potentially be bad. I finished off that trap piece you advanced. Yes, what should I repeat next? Show me what you've got. Right, I wonder. What is he thinking? Right. Where would I go, personally, if I was in this situation? Servants' whereabouts, that could potentially be a good... No. Servants' whereabouts, fuck that. If you get all of the servants' whereabouts repeated in red, then you'll have to suspect one of the 18. And then you'll have to suspect one of the family members. Yeah, it's gotta be. Don't go for the servants' whereabouts. I think that's a really bad move in disguise. It does, yeah. Now that even traps have been defeated, this looks like a perfect close room murder at a glance. Oh, yeah. See it in the viewpoint of the killer. Ah, yeah. Not his, Kirie's. But at the same time, that's a technique that Kirie has actually taught him. And it's become so useful! Here it comes, that special techniques of yours. Yeah, how exactly are you going to spit what around? Yeah, I love it. It's just so... I'll tell you what I really find fun about this story. It's just how much you can so obviously tell the characters are enjoying themselves. Yeah, I'll show you. Oh yeah, good one. Yeah, I don't need to think of how 6 people could be killed inside closed rooms from the outside. Yeah, from the inside. I can't tell if that's a good thing or a bad thing. Oh, fuck. That's right, the question isn't how you can kill from the outside rooms. The point is how they died inside the rooms, making them closed rooms. Fair, yeah. Yeah, because obviously that's reached a dead end, so try pursue new leads. That's it, that's the answer. If you assume that one of the 6 victims was the culprit... Oh, that's interesting. This closed room can be explained extremely easily. Yeah, fair. Ridiculous. Haven't even heard the explanation yet. Beatrice, how thick are you? Yeah, the 6 weren't killed like at the same second. And if anything, Kumasawa wasn't actually killed inside the mansion. Right. Battler can never go to Kumasawa. How was her body transported? Without anybody having seen, even though she would have to probably go near, well, she'd have, if her body was transported, she'd have to go through the entirety of the house, and that'd be, and, you know, the outside as well. Right, never, ever look at Kumasawa. Or maybe you could actually twist that, I don't know. I think Kumasawa's a really bad move to go to, though. Oh, there were 6 deaths. 5 were victims who got killed.
この密室は打ち破れる。
Fair. Why is the murder weapon exactly the same though? What? Because they could be in on the crime together, dumbass. Good point, actually. Why are the murder weapons different? Different stakes of purgatory have probably implanted themselves into other people. So why are there different murder weapons? Well, how does this person even have different murder weapons? Well, to be fair, that can be easily answered. It's just a question of curiosity as opposed to objectivity, really. Like, you're more curious about where they bought them from rather than what objectively happened with them. Yeah, understandable, yeah.
確かに
Yeah, you can easily destroy it. Certainly.
犯人が最後の密室に自ら入って施錠し
If the culprit locked themselves in the final closed room.
自らの命を絶てばこの連鎖密室は成立します
Yeah, definitely, yeah. But at the same time, red truth, boom, disprove all of it. The suicide of the culprit.
普通では考えられない一手ですが
Oh, yeah, definitely. But it could be possible. Depends on your determination, really. And whether you've been forced to. You'll get compensation! What? When you're fucking dead? Normally it would be an unthinkable
考
move.
えられないから存在しない
Oh, yeah, but the argument that the unthinkable cannot
は
exist
存在しない
cannot be used.
そしてその動機を立証する義務は彼にない
And he has no responsibility to demonstrate a
魔女と
motive.
のチェスでしか使えない
Fair.
実に力強い一手
A truly powerful move which can only be used again in a chess match against a win. Fair.
Ma, 動機がないとは言い切れませんね
Well, of course. Why would you do it? Why would you just throw away your own life with 6 other ones? I don't think you do that. I just feel like killing 6 people. Yeah. No matter what somebody does, there is always a motive behind it. Like, for example, I'm talking right now. The motive is because I want to convey stuff to you guys. Like, I don't know, I'm itching my leg because I'm so fucking fidgety. Stuff like that. Reflex actions, maybe they don't determine a motive. No, but at the same time, what if, for example, let's say you've touched something really, really hot, like a candle flame, then you rejoice in a reflex. The motive has been created because of the fact that the candle flame is too hot. I mean, there is a motive for everything. One cannot be certain that there was no motive.
例えば
No motive publicly displayed,
金蔵は
though.
余命の後わずかと宣告されています
Or no motive implied. Ooh, yes. Well, yeah, that's shit logic. That's completely contradictory. Why would... If Kinzo has had a little bit of time to live and you kill all the servants, firstly, what is that going to have in terms of inheritance potential? And also, what is that going to have in terms of... Well, we're assuming that the killer was one of the servants. It doesn't have to be. Yeah. But at the same time, we don't... Why are we assuming that one of the killers was the servants, by the way? Like, genuinely, it could have been anyone. It could have been any family member. They could have just said, oh, gotta run an errand, guys, and then just do one of the most despicable and disgusting murders. Yeah, that's absurd. How will people not suspect their absence? Yeah.
残りわずかの生を惜しまず自らの死をメッセージとした
Maybe. Coincidentally, this matches up with Beatrice's motive to send a message about the fact that if they don't solve the epitaph, this is what's happening to them. Perhaps he did not regret it. losing his short remaining life and used his own death to send a message.
という動機づけも不可能ではないかもしれません。
Fair, but at the same time, I don't think they should, because that, if you ask me, that is a little bit more significant to Beatrice's motive. Oh my god, the letters as well. We can't forget about them. Fuck. Wonder what's going to be said about them. Milady.
こちらの手番ですよ。
Oh fuck, it is our turn. Oh, this is bad. Indeed.
まさか死者の尊厳を踏みにじってまで犯人を生み出してくるとはな。
Says the person that has literally killed 6 of them. Jesus Christ. You create the dead woman, you can't talk. To think you trample even the dignity of the dead to create a culprit.
血も涙もない男よ。
I love that. What a heartless, cold-blooded man.
死者を犯人に仕立て上げる。
I'll set up the dead as a culprit. As the
この
culprit.
非道なる一手は前回のゲームでお前がカノン君を陥れた一手だ。
Oh my god, yeah, fair. This worse than inhuman move is one you used to attack Kanon-kun in the last game. And if anything, Battler's reasoning and theories are just like that. They're theories and with reasoning. They're not actual deeds like Beatrice has done. Even though the games are different, I'm taking a shot back at you with this move. Oh, interesting. Yeah, understandable. Avenge, you know, that severely overed him. I mean, she not only killed him, but she literally made him mad, possessed, tried to kill all of the, you know, the servants in that room. I mean, that was horrible. It really was. Oh, that is a really interesting thing to say. His regrets about Jessica as well. Oh my god, yeah. Interesting that he knows about them. He knows everything, genuinely. He really does. Just now freed Kanon-kun from his regrets. Yeah, good one. Oh, so she's actually getting really quite pissed off. I wonder why.
ここで手を休める義理はありませんよ。
Oh, yes, good one. She really, really is getting cornered. You have no responsibility to hold back here.
全員の死因が自殺でないことを確認すべきです。
Why are you hinting your opponent to do something, Warigiya? Like, why? What is the point? I recommend that you have that child repeat it in red. Right. But suicide's a naive word that won't corner her. Beato, this will stop you. Repeat it. Ooh, yeah, nice one. Nice one! Oh, yeah, I like that. That is painful. If she refuses, beforehand when she refused, she could definitely have a chance because of the fact that if she refused, you know, Battler may be able to come up with something, but it wouldn't really have that much significance. Battler and Warigiya, they break Beatrice. Genuinely! Oh, this is the worst for her. My god, what's wrong? All 6 of them were killed, right? Yeah, I love that, just making it sound so easy and so trivial. Such trivial and simplistic matter. Oh my god. Can't you repeat it? Oh.
復唱を拒否する。
Oh, that is interesting. That is really, really interesting. Wait, I've just gotta... Oh, for fuck's sake. Oh my god. Pisses me off not having internet so much. It's really fucking annoying. My internet back and no internet. Fuck you.
理由は特にない。
Yeah, yeah, sure. Say that in red, Beatrice. Sure you can. Right, Oh, come the fuck on. No reason in particular.
ここでの復唱拒否はリザインと同じ意味だぜ。
Oh, that is interesting. You realize that refusing to repeat this part is the same as resigning, right?
チェックメイト。
Oh, that is interesting that he can make a checkmate. I'm not fully being sure about it.
6人の中に犯人がいて、密室構築後に自殺を図った。
One of the six was the culprit, and they planned to commit suicide after constructing the closed room. Devil's proof.
以上だ。
That is a devil's proof right there.
待て。
Oh my god, look at how unconfident she sounds.
言う。
No, I'll say it.
望み通り赤を行使するぞ。
I'll use the red like you want.
6人は誰も自殺していない。
What? You've got to be kidding me. How?
どうだ。
Oh, you have... Oh, that is really, really interesting. I like Beatrice's strategy. Convince the other people of the fact that they have won and make them all confident and then completely shatter their confidence. Are you satisfied? Oh. God, this is really quite funny that, you know, she sounds so proud of herself. And, you know, ironic for, you know, look at episode 2, for example.
なんだよ。言えるじゃねえか。
I know, what the hell, so you can't say it.
だがおかしいな。
But that's strange. She sounded really, really hesitant. Pick up on that. Why? Whatever this is, the fact that none of them committed suicide could potentially have some really, really bad impacts that may fully harm her. Yes, why are you so panicky?
気のせいよ。
Yeah, I don't think that stutter is my imagination.
わらわも今回は必死でな。
Yeah, that is actually really quite interesting. This time, even I'm feeling the pressure.
そうそう心にゆとりもないのだ。
That's right, I don't have any leeway.
深く気にするでない。
Oh, I pay it no mind. Say it in red. No.
要求した復唱が改ざんされていますよ。
Oh, that's interesting, has it? Yeah, none of the six. Yes, I like what Wadigidia's thinking. None of the six. What about anyone else? No. None of the six. None of the six. None of the 6 out of 18. As opposed to none of the 6 out of 6 servants. And Kinso, obviously. Yes, the line you asked that child to repeat has been altered.
ごまかされないよ。
Do not be fooled. Yes. Yes. maybe one of the 6 did commit suicide. I wonder. Because that'd explain the entirety of this closed room. That person is Kumasawa. There's no way it could be anyone else than Kumasawa. That's what I believe. We know it's not Kinso. We know it's not Kinso, Gorda, Shannon. Yes. By process of elimination, Kumasawa could be the one who's committed suicide. Yeah, it's gotta be. Because Kanon, Shannon, Kinzo, Genji. Who's the other one? Yeah, Kanon, Shannon, Kinzo, Genji. Gorda. And then... yeah, Kumasawa.
ダメみたいですよ。お嬢
Oh my god, I know, that's really, really smart.
そうか。
That's right.
6人全員他殺とは言ってない。
Oh, yeah, fair enough, actually. Yeah. She didn't say the 6 deaths were all homicides.
6人全員自殺にあらずとこいつは言い換えた。
She changed it to none of the 6 committed
とい
suicide.
うことは他殺でも自殺でもない人間が混じっているということだ。
Which means one of them wasn't killed by someone else and didn't commit suicide.
あ
That's
あ。
confusing now.
わかったぜ、わかったわかった。
I've got it.
これが真相だ。
This is the truth.
6人の中に潜む犯人 X は5人を殺害後密室を構築した。
No one was hiding, though, said in red. Culprit X, who was hiding among the 6, murdered the other 5 and then set up a closed room.
そしてそこから何かの方法で逃れるか隠れるかするつもりだったんだ。
After that, they planned to escape or hide in that room by some method.
ところが事故った。
How have they got in an accident?
本人すらも想定しない理由により事故死し、
Oh,
自ら
that
望まない
is
密室殺人を
interesting.
構築したんだ。
That's really reasonable. Yeah, fair actually, yeah. However, they got in an accident. The culprit died from an accident that even they hadn't expected. Setting up a closed room murder that they hadn't even designed.
これで
Fair.
決まりだぜ。ベ
Now
アド
it's
リジ
over,
ェ
Beatrice.
チェックメイトだ。
You can't so easily checkmate it. I don't really know. It's realistic though. Red can very easily disprove this though. God, the frustration is real. Fucking hell.
その程度でわらわが追い詰められると思うか。
Yeah, to be honest, I see that. Do you think I'd be cornered by something like that?
この程度でリザインを叫ぶものか。
I never announced my resignation over something like that.
その愚かなチェックメイト、わらわの赤き宝刀にて
Yeah,
何度で
yeah,
も
fair,
叩
fair,
き切
fair,
って
fair.
くれようぞ。
I'll slice up that foolish checkmate with my red treasure sword over and over again.
6人の中に事故死は。
None of the 6 died in an accident. Not in red. Oh my god.
失礼。
My apologies.
当方ここで作戦タイムを所望いたします。
Oh, it is their turn to be fair. We request some time to
し
strategize.
ばしのご猶予をお許しください。
Yeah, that's actually brilliant because obviously these guys can strategize and now we can think why the fuck did, none of it shut Beatrice up. None of the 6 died in an accidental. Why is it not in red though? It doesn't really make much sense. It's a fair request.
問題ないか
Perhaps you should accept it. Yeah, I think so.
おう強化するぜ
Sure, take a break.
俺も今まで散々そいつをもらってる
Yeah, fair enough, actually. Yeah, I've been given those a lot lately.
お前がそれを使う番だぜ
Now it's your turn to take one.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you very much.
さあお嬢様、こちらへ。
Come, my lady, this way.
そして心の中で静かに数字を
Only 100?
数えましょう。
Or is that just not directly saying what they're gonna do? And let us quietly count to 100 inside our heads. Oh my god! I just hear Dawn over there. Beatrice microwave noises, let's go. Oh my god! That's actually really quite funny though. I love how mischievous Donovan is as a butler. I mean, obviously all of this is done for Beatrice's, Beatrice's thoughts in mind, what Donovan's doing. But at the same time though, it's just really quite surprising, like, what he will do to actually enforce, Beatrice's victory. I mean, my god! I feel kind of bad for Beatrice. Oh shit, I didn't mean to press control. Damn, fuck you, control.
くそ
That's hilarious, though. I mean, my god. It's really quite funny. Donovan is literally, Beatrice is literally Donovan's master. And yet this is what Donovan does to Beatrice. It's hilarious. Strategy conference, love it.
あ
Damn.
の悪魔の執事め
That demon
ベ
butler.
アトが熱くなってる今が追い込む絶好のチャンス
Oh
だ
yeah. Yes, definitely, yeah. When Berto got all hot, I had a perfect chance to corner her. I agree. Berto normally acted like she was she was graceful and above it all, but she actually had a really short temper and got mad easily. She does, to be fair, I see that. Oh my god, look at Shannon's murder! Both 2 and 3. Her usual intellectual, less of a voice. Yeah, her usual intellect had less of a voice when she got excited.
ロノウェイは冷静ですね
Fair. Donovan, yes, Donovan certainly is thinking
おそら
clearly.
くあの子に
Yes.
頭を冷やす時間を与えたのでしょう
You probably gave your opponent some time to cool down, and yeah, think about your next
あ
move
の
as
子
well.
はあなたのチェックを外すことに意地になり
Fair enough, actually. That child grew too stubborn trying to remove your chat. It is actually really quite interesting what Vladimir is saying. Like, just basically saying as if, the attempt of actually removing a check, she's got so blinded by, the face of victory that, boom. Oh. She got so blinded by victory that she kind of forgot and lost her composure and ability to think, really. Oh my god. Ow. My throat.
「いくつかの大駒をやすやすと見捨てようとしていた」
Yes, and was about to easily let several large pieces
「
go.
第一の
Fair,
番など
yeah.
所詮は前哨戦」
After all, the first Twilight is only a skirmish.
あの子は引き際を誤りかけた
Fair, yeah. The correct move at that time would have been to withdraw. Fair.
つまりどういうことだよ
I know, so what does it mean?
俺のチェックメイトは成立したのか
Did I really checkmate or didn't I? He didn't. No, barely.
あの子は赤を宣言しかけていました
Yeah, that child was about to say something in red.
チェックメイトにはまだならないでしょう
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, he probably wouldn't have reached checkmate yet.
しかしおそらく
But most likely.
頭を冷やしたあの子はリザインを宣言するに違いありません。
Oh, that is interesting. I really do wonder. You can expect our opponents to resign once they've called their heads.
まさか
You're joking.
あの負けず嫌いがか
Oh god, I know. That's so uncharacteristic, but that definitely shows that there is so much of a disadvantage that she may have.
ええ、負け戦は1秒でも早く兵を引き上げ、いかに損失を減らすかが肝要です。
In a losing battle, it is essential to withdraw your troops as soon as possible to try and minimize your losses. True. Even if she wins, there's still going to be a lot of red that Battler has actually gained.
難しいのはそれが負け戦であるかどうかを測ること。
Fair, yeah. The difficult part is gauging whether it's a losing battle or not.
あの子の執事はそれを冷静に判断したようです。
Yeah. Your opponent's battler seems to have calmly made that decision.
やれやれ。つまりあと一息のところで逃げられたってわけだな。
In other words, she managed to escape by a hair's
ビ
breadth.
シッと
Yeah, I see that. Yeah, getting checkmate and delivering the final blow won't be that easy for me. Yeah, I really do wonder because at the same time, I suppose it's got to be a part where, you know, Beatrice's lot at total dead ends at. And the thing is, at the moment, Red can actually disprove a lot of what Battler's trying to say. I do wonder where he's actually going to be able to go
こ
to,
れは
though.
あなたの勝ちだと判断してよいでしょう。
However, you should count this as your victory. Yeah, fair enough, actually. The fact that, you know, things have got so intense that the other side have actually needed to have stopped. I mean, it's just so surprising. How the fuck can Battler win? It's so surprising. It really is
向こうは
impressive.
ギリギリで大きな損失を踏みとどまったようですが、
Yeah, it seems they barely managed to prevent a large loss. Yes,
それ
yes,
でも
yes.
かなりのダメージを与えたに違いありません。
Yeah, but they certainly sustained considerable
その
damage.
傷の深さはあの子の狼狽ぶりから十分理解できたは
Yes,
ずです。
agreed. Yeah. The scale of that child's panic ought to make the depths of that wound quite clear to you.
だな。
Seriously.
これ以上いじめたら泣き
Oh
出しちま
my
いそうだぜ。
god. God, that stuff about, you know, the snack related stuff, that, oh my god, when Beatrice was trying to show Battler her story and just overall what had happened that would actually have a lot of information regarding the 19th person and where there could be, because obviously that story would lead into disproving the fact that there could have been a 19th person, i.e. Beatrice. Fair. Oh, yep, they're not happy. Well, I'll just see if I have enough time to read this. I hope I have enough time. I really want to see how this will finish. Oh my god, fuck off with the shitty ass YouTube ads. Right. Okay, here we are. Right, where even are we? That's fashion. Come on. Oh, where are we? Am I seriously not going to have enough time for it? Alright, the chapter's just about to end, okay. Right, yeah, we do have time, cool. As we thought, Donovan returned with Berto, who wore a meek expression. Oh yeah, definitely, I couldn't agree more with this. I mean, yeah, I think if this doesn't show Beatrice's panic, shows that there's a definite disadvantage of the fact. Well, it's interesting that Donovan's refusal to let Beatrice continue doesn't actually indicate anything apart from the fact that they're losing and they need to stop. Doesn't indicate that there's maybe a weak point that has been found. As we thought, Donovan returned with Berto, who welcomed meek expression. She didn't yet have her usual bold smile. I know, it is weird. Yeah, but it looked like the blood wasn't rushing to her head anymore. Oh my god, she's probably totally drained from this game. Especially because of the fact that she's lost. She's probably... The thing is about Battler, she's always had that mindset of, you know, aim for victory because I can. And, you know, Battler's always somebody to totally disprove. And that's really, really easy. So I suppose the contradiction of an easy opponent being really quite threatening, it must be really quite big.
Yo.
Hey.
お前の手番だぜ。
Oh, it's your turn.
次の一手は決まったかよ。
Did you decide on your next move?
デザインだ。
God, I resign.
はお前に勝ちを譲る。
Okay, that really is surprising. My god. Seeing Beatrice do this, I mean, that is just weird. This is the first time Battler has ever won, genuinely. For now, I'll let you have your victory. God, Berto told me that frankly. It seems she'd taken a fair-sighted view. A far-sighted view, as though saying, if you want to laugh, then laugh. Yeah, I see. If you want me to stop, I'll stop. Oh no, I see that. Yeah, it's just, you know, Beatrice giving the victory because of the fact that obviously wants it, and, you know, she can no longer play because she'll just get too deep in the mess if she does. So, yeah, it's his victory. It was a bit of a killjoy, and I lost my desire to deliver the final blow. Yeah, fair actually, yeah.
お前がリザインしたってのは
Well, now that you've resigned...
俺の説もお前の説も互いが相手を否定できないイーブンって意味だからな。
Fair, actually, yeah. Well, now that you've resigned, that just means that we're even, since my theory and yours can't deny each other.
負けってよりは引き分けって意味で受け取っとくぜ。
I suppose so, actually. To be honest, I feel that if Beatrice kept on going, maybe Battler would have kept on being able to disprove them. But at the same time, the thing is about cases like this, I kind of get the impression that there's not really going to be anything apart from people just disproving other sides. I just wonder how it's actually going to progress from constant disapproval as opposed to, well, it's disproving stuff until it can't be disproved. There's got to be something. But at the same time, if there's something that can't be disproved, then just use, I don't know, like, Infinite Devil's Proof could work if you somehow forge some sort of person. You have a lot of moves with Infinite Devil's Proof. You could do that with all the family members. That's a lot of time you can buy yourself to think.
気持ち悪い同情などいらぬわ。
I don't need your disgusting sympathy.
この場はわらわの負けだと言っておる。
Oh yeah, she sounds really quite mad. Yeah, I'm telling you that I lost this
そ
round.
なたには雨に濡れた犬をさらに棒で叩く趣味があるというの。
when you find a dog drenched with rain, do you have a sudden urge to whack it with a stick or something? Right. Yeah, just to really rub that pain in.
ねえよ
No.
お前と違ってな。
I'm not you. Even though she ridiculed me horribly when I showed signs of defeat, this is the best she's got when the tables are turned. Yes, definitely, yeah. I did feel that was pretty cowardly of her, but I decided to act with dignity as the victor and let it slide. Fair enough, yeah. I know, it is actually really quite surprising that, you know, Beatrice obviously total bully in the other side of, when the other side is being defeated, but, you know, when she does it herself, she's really not that good at all. And let it slide. Yeah, Bertor resigned. That's the one result of the first one. Yeah. One result of the first Twilight. Beatrice couldn't counter my move of yes. Of one of the 6 was the culprit and that person died in an accident. Yes. True. No, she probably could have. I agree with that more. She probably could have countered with it, but for some strategic reason, she'd admitted defeat. Yeah. Potentially could have had something so bad that, you know, that has been the thing she's been forced to abandon, really. It felt less like I'd won and more like I'd let her slip away at the last. Yeah, that's understandable, but at the same time, that is still victory. She has made the conscious decision to back out of the battle. It's less of a victory than an actual victory would be, though. It's not fair. In a chess match with a witch, battles can be fought solely with pieces known as X. Oh, interesting. Yeah, which required no detailed explanations. Thanks to the Devil's Proof, I could create as many strange fictions as I wanted and use them as fighters in our argument. That's interesting. X, something that we don't know exists. I've just been killed by X, somebody we don't know who exists. You can't prove whether it has existed, and you can't prove whether it hasn't existed. But you don't know who this X is, so it's impossible to find the answer to the Devil's Proof. But that only works in a chess match with a... Yeah, exactly, it wouldn't work in normal society. In our human world, you can't use such abstract theories to explain things. Sad. It's a shame that. I'll tell you what would be really fun, meeting together with an Umineko fan and trying to explain murders with Umineko riddles. Obviously, after I've read all 8 episodes. I'd so love to do that with someone. But the only thing is I know nobody who plays Umineko in real life, which fucking sucks. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the first Twilight was a chain of 6 closed rooms. It certainly may have been possible for a human. Yeah, yes. Bertol wasn't able to deny all possibilities. However, I don't have a clue. I know, that could potentially be really quite bad. I don't have a clue who committed the crime, or why. Yeah, I love that he's been able to win this, and yet he has so much of a lack of knowledge. Yeah, or how they actually did it. It may seem strange to hear me say this. Oh my god, I know. Yeah, but for some reason, I felt like I'd have been more satisfied if Beatrice had been... Yeah, I felt like I'd have been more satisfied if Beatrice had been able to definitively say that it was impossible for humans. No, but at the same time, then you just go into defeat, and then hopelessness would, you know, be the emotion that could potentially stem from it. At the same time, Warugiria in a hopeless situation like that, I feel like she could be really, really good. If Beatrice said it in red though, then how is she gonna recover from it? Interesting. I managed to avoid specifics using, yes, an abstract piece called X, but I couldn't deny the sense that some eerie intent must never be known. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Oh. Was filling up this mansion. Yeah, I don't disagree whatsoever. Beatrice has some sort of move that, you know, they cannot possibly suggest anything to the reason of the epitaph. Why is it being made such a point? Why is the emphasis so significant? It doesn't make any sense. Yes. Oh my god, right, tomorrow I'm going to have a long, no exam on the day after tomorrow, so I'm going to have a long time for a long session, and I cannot fucking wait for it, because I want to get into this story. I'm really excited for everything that it's building up, and I hope it's going to be fun. I really do. Oh my god, if it's as interesting as the stuff today, then oh my god, yeah, I'm hooked. Wait, what? Fair. Yep. Interesting, that. Oh, that's interesting. Right, well, that's everything I'm going to do today. That was really fun. I love that. Oh, that logic battle, definitely the highlight of today. I absolutely love that. That was so fun, so interesting as well. Brilliant stuff. Genuinely brilliant stuff. And, yeah, I really hope we're going to get more of that stuff, and I really do wonder what's actually going to happen in the game. I mean, obviously, now that everyone's won, there can't really be much interaction with everything that's happened because of the fact that, you know, the game has won. Ironic that the game that Donovan was trying his hardest to make Battler just have total pain in is also the game where the first loss of Beatrice had actually happened in, and yeah, it's going to be quite interesting just to see how that all develops, and the epitaph as well. I'm very interested to see. Firstly, the epitaph. Secondly, what's different from this story compared to all the other stories, and also just you know, everything regarding the future of the story, really, how it's going to progress. It's going to be very cool just to see everything. Oh my god, I love today. I genuinely love today. If we have logic battles like that all the way through Umineko, then yeah, fine. That's brilliant. I mean, obviously, it can't be exactly the same as this throughout the entirety, because that would just... I mean, it is fun, but it'll get boring after a while. Like, we need variation, but still, we will get that variation, I'm sure. Fucking die. Right, there we are. Okay, hope you enjoyed. See you next time.